right, so it says we're live, which of course there's going to be a 30-second delay, naturally. Let's see here. And if we see it start up, when you're already chatting with the nice folks. Cool, I need to check the volume. And, right, oops, did I turn the volume off? Oh, yes, we apparently are live, honey pie.
All right, well, I guess I better put my microphone on then.
Let's see. I think that's...
Somebody says, yep, you're there.
Yes, we are here. We could have confirmed that. Right.
Are you here?
Hi, I am here at the moment. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Let's see. What are we supposed to do? Oh, yeah, we're supposed to look over there. Okay, or either one. Yeah, just... hi. How are you, everyone? Oops. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I was going to have it set up like this, like a nice professional. So it'd be, hey, this is what everybody sees, but I forgot. Well, whatever. Hey, surprise, there's going to be a game, but you kind of do that. I think that's why you're here.
Were you supposed to flash your logo in front of them somehow?
Well, I'll do that when we actually start.
Okay.
So, hi. Let's see. How many people are on right now? I think I can switch over to this. I never noticed before there's this little analytics button, which says we have one viewer. But I know we have more than one viewer, so this thing is always wrong. But there's a chat rate of 6, whatever that means. We're at a chat rate of 6, folks. Are you excited? Woo! I don't know. Right. So is anybody saying, first time watching. Hi, Bart. Nice to have you.
Yeah.
Missed the last 2 live reviews. Finally here. Leave is here.
I know.
Yes. Did you say hi?
I've said hi to everybody, but hi, Leva.
Leva, I always say your name wrong. I'm sorry, Leva. Let's see. Can everybody hear us okay? I can mess with the volume a little bit, but there is ambient noise that this mic picks up if I crank the volume up anymore. Can everybody hear okay? And now we must wait 30 seconds for the reply.
Oh, I could do 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Really? How does that go? I don't think I've heard that. That sounds
no one
great.
Knows that song.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, apparently Brian was not expecting you to be here. He thought I'd be here all by myself.
Oh, occasionally we spend some time together,
Yeah.
don't we?
Let's see. So, hiding your cupboard says they have to crank it. Let's see. Oops. I can't do
Leva says it's fine to her.
Oh. Sounds fine to me. Hi from the Netherlands.
Oh,
Extra very loud to hear.
we're going to do a game called Aeon.
Oh, you don't have to put your. Oh, it's okay. Micro's not down, I suppose.
Do you want me to take it off?
No. I'm just. You didn't have to until we actually start doing the run through.
Okay.
But that's okay. You're prepared, is what that's all about.
Are we announcing what games we're doing today?
It's in the notes, but it's Aeon's End, and depending on how long this takes, because for a deck builder, this can actually go for quite a while. I mean, this is not like a quick little 45-minute deck builder like normal. I mean, the box says 90 minutes, and I don't think we'll go that long, but it could happen. But if it doesn't, we'll probably have enough time to play Fuse as well, and you can watch us shout at each other and scream in desperation as we roll dice as fast as possible. Yep. We didn't actually talk about what we're going to roll on to avoid the clickety-clacks. Well, I mean, we can just use a draw dice tray. That'll be fine. Yep. Aeon's End, says Gutlock. Someone's very excited about Aeon's End. Yep. Paolo! Oh, Paolo must be here. Hi, Paolo.
By the way, it's about 2 o'clock in Malta time.
Yes, it's 2 p.m. here. So, there's a few things we're going to be doing today. First, we will do the Aeon's End run-through. And now, this is a game that's actually going to be on Kickstarter this week from Action Phase Games. And originally, I mean, a few days ago, Jen and I were talking about I was talking, because Jen normally doesn't care what we play. She just waits until the game is set up, and I say, okay, honey pie, I'm ready. And then she just comes over and sits down and says, right, what's happening? Where am I? How do I play this game?
This is awesome. I never have to read a rule manual or
yeah,
anything.
and you never have to remember how to play a game either, because I pretty much have to remind you. But we've played this actually a few times this week, so I think it's going to be pretty fresh in Jen's mind.
Yep.
But what's going to be doing, I was actually going to do a run-through I was just going to do a standard run-through, and Jen said, no, wait, let's do this as the live thing. So, Jen's choice has brought us Aeon's End today.
John.
What?
John, you're right. It's subliminal.
Oh. It's I don't know, it's a very Andy Warhol-esque type thing we have up on the wall. Jen actually made 4 posters about her gamer's glass for Essen, last year's Essen. She does it for her little Essen stand. And when we got back, we just have nothing on this big, gigantic wall. And we thought, well, we could put the posters up.
Yep.
They're cute, they're lovely, and they're pretty. So, and yeah, there's, I guess, a little bit of...
That's our product placement.
There you go, exactly, yeah. This episode of Rahdo Runs Through Live brought to you by Gamer Glass, I suppose, would be the case. Oh no, Lee. Well, we'll try to keep you awake as best we can. So anyway, we're going to be doing a playthrough like this of this game, but we are actually going to be recording it at the same time on my normal cameras and then editing that together to do a full proper run through. And so I don't think that really affects what you guys are doing anyway, but I don't know. I guess the main thing is, honey, I know while we're playing, when I'm doing my turn, you always like to go and look and see what people are saying. It'll save me a little bit of trouble because for the purposes of when this gets turned into a proper full run through, I'll probably want to edit out all those little things, because somebody watching this video 6 months from now as the run through, not the live thing, is going to say, well, who's she talking to? What is that? Okay. So, I guess just don't interrupt me with things. I mean, I want to hear what people are saying too, but just wait until there's like a good pause so that, okay, oh good, yeah, we started talking about internet stuff, and I'll just be able to chop that little bit out.
I'll try, yep.
Yeah, not that I like to edit, but I'll have to do it for this. So that's something. Depending on how long this goes, we may have time for Fuse, and then after that, we'll just do a normal Q&A, and hopefully by that time, 3 hours will have passed, because 2 hours and 10 minutes from, or 3 hours and 2 hours and 50 minutes from now, I can do math. That's good. We will be launching this year's 2016 Rahdo Runs Through Kickstarter campaign. And so, I don't know, I'll try and figure out if, I guess I can just take the camera and move it over there so it's pointing at the screen so you can actually see us push the button to say go. And then that's how we'll end it, with the launch of this year's fundraiser. So that is the plan for the day. Any questions before we get going? As I take a minute to get a drink of water. And you can monitor the stream. We have 68 concurrent viewers now, although that's probably a minute ago.
Yeah, we've got viewers from all over, everywhere. Mexico, Australia, Japan, Belgium, the Netherlands, Canada.
You said that. You said Canada like something special about Canada. Like Canada?
No, they're just our lovely neighbors.
Actually, the Sicilians are our neighbors.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone from Sicily yet.
No. Okay.
Germany and Poland. Hello.
Oh, everybody's just in the process of saying hi.
Yeah, I'm just saying
And
hi.
Paulo says math! Because I screwed up my math. And that's what he's here to do, is to
Paulo
keep me
is
honest. He haunts me in my dreams, this guy. Honey, there's a question from the audience.
Oh, Bart.
For people watching this later, Bart asked, question, why is Jen so lovely? Would you like to field that question, Honey Pie?
I'm wearing makeup.
She is wearing makeup, folks. And I am not. You used to be a Mary Kay beauty consultant, so you are a makeup professional.
Yes.
So that helps.
Long time ago. I guess when I was about 20.
But now we're just doing the Q&A and we're supposed to be playing the game.
Yeah. Well, when you come back from getting some water.
Yeah.
Grease.
Okay, well, it seems like everything's going okay. So I guess we can get this show on the road.
Okay.
So.
Right, so this is obviously a prototype.
Yes. So I gotta move this up here. There's the game. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. And that's where the bad guys go. Okay, so that all seems like that will fit quite nicely. The other camera is still lined up. No, I haven't bumped anything. Right, so I got to start recording with the regular cameras. He's a really big ape. All right. So the regular cameras are live. Mics are hot, which I believe is what they say in the business.
Yeah.
All right. Right, so that is so I can sync. That's, in the Hollywood they do the clapper thing. That was.
Do we need to get you a clapper now?
No, we do not need a clapper.
Okay. 'Cause you've
I've got hands that actually, I don't know why they do that in the movies. It's quite silly. Where are your dogs? They're both asleep on the couch off camera. They might make an appearance later once we're not wired up. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. So, I need this and I need this. And like I said, folks, for the most part, this is just going to be me doing a regular Rahdo runs through. So, excuse me, I don't think we'll be quite as involved with the audience as we normally would, because this is going to be, it's going to be on. I'm going to be trying to do the whole patter. But if there's something important, or certainly if anybody is shouting at us, "Oh my God, we've done something wrong! We've done something wrong!" Of course,
I'll try and keep up.
try to catch that.
Yep.
All right, but anyway, so that's going to be that. I'll hold this like that and that. Okay. Are you ready, honey pie?
I am.
Ahem.
Goodness gracious.
That was kind of rude.
Jeez. Sorry about that, everybody.
Yes.
He's got mammoth lungs.
Yes, I do. All right. So everything's good to go.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Today, Rahdo runs through Aeon's End, which is a very, very cool cooperative fantasy deck builder. It's on Kickstarter right now, which I'm doing a run through of today. And I am not alone. I am joined by my lovely wife, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hi, honey pie.
Hello, my love.
And actually, it's interesting. The reason I am joined by Jen is because I was just going to do a regular run through of this, and Jen saw me setting up. She said, "Hey, I'll get in on this." She likes the game so much, she actually wanted to join me doing a run through of it today. So, spoiler alert, we really like this game quite a bit, and we're going to try and show you why today. Now, like I said, the game is on Kickstarter right now. You can go on ahead and hit the eye up in the top right corner of the screen. It's either there or it's over there. I'm not quite sure. I believe it's right there. And you'll learn more about the game, because you have to bear in mind this is all prototype stuff. It's some pretty good looking art. I imagine a lot of this is final, but of course everything is subject to change. I do have a really kind of ratty prototype box, so don't hold that against the game. This isn't even the final box art cover. But here is the situation in Aeon's End. Basically, in this world, some evil creatures called the Nameless came from another dimension or something like that, and have overrun the world. Doomsday has come and gone. The world is done. And the last shattered fragments of humanity are hunkered down underground in a place called Gravehold, I believe is the name of the final town of the world, as far as we know. And we are desperate. There's a special word for it, but we're basically magic users who are the last line of defense to save this last pocket of humanity from the Nameless. And the interesting thing is, these extra-dimensional creatures, they come through breaches in the space-time continuum, I suppose, and we as magicians are using the power of those breaches to charge our own spells so that we can fight back. That's the situation. Now, when you set up the game, this is a deck builder, and like a standard Dominion-inspired deck builder, you have a set of cards, piles, that is going to be different every single time you play. You always set up 9. 3 of them are gems. 2 of them are relics, and 4 of them are spells. And every time you play, you're going to get a radically different layout. We've already gone ahead and chosen these. Some of these, Jen, I've used before. Some of them we have not, because I've just kind of mixed and matched it up. We each get our own character, each of who has a special power. Jen is Nim, whose power is, Nim is actually an interesting character. His power is he can power through the bad guy deck really quick and try to bring around one of the possible ways we can win. My special power, I have the Brink Siphon, which is a healing spell. And I gotta say, the reason I am choosing Brahma is, I don't think the developers did this on purpose, but the first video game I was ever a lead designer on was Siphon Filter, and the last one I ever did was Brink. So, of course, I have to have a character who does the Brink Siphon. It's like it was made for me. So anyway, so I've got a healing spell. Jen's got a punch through the deck. And today we'll be going up against Crooked Mask. The game actually comes with a bunch of different characters and several different bad guys that you can choose from. And so every time you play, these characters all have very, very different starting special powers, and the bad guys are radically different. This guy's special power is, in addition to his normal Nemesis deck, he's got a corruption deck that he'll be throwing corruption our way, and basically just kind of messing up our decks. as we build them up. But like there's another one here who actually tries to devour all the cards, and it's another way we can lose. If he eats all the cards, we just instantly lose. There's ones that like spawn like armies of little tiny minions. There's a bunch of variety from the bad guys, from the characters, from the setup. So like a good deck builder, every time you play, you're going to sit down to a very, very different circumstance. Now, we each start with 10 hit points apiece. I'll be player 1, Jen will be player 2, although that's kind of meaningless because the game has a very, very clever turn order structure. The Nemesis always has 70 hit points, so they are tough. It takes a long time to work these guys down. And meanwhile, Gravehold, the town we're trying to protect, only has 30 hit points. Now, we lose if Gravehold dies or if we both become exhausted. We both lose all our hit points. If only one of us does, that's bad news, but we can still keep on fighting. We're kind of crippled a little bit, and it makes us weaker overall. And so we, to win, either have to take out the Nemesis or survive long enough to get through his Nemesis deck. And this is randomly generated as well, like everything else. This is a deck comprised of special cards themed after the Crooked Mask and generic cards that may or may not show up from game to game. So we can never be sure exactly what's in this deck either. But if we can outlast this deck, we can win, or if we do 70 points of damage. And now normally, I think you'd probably want to just go for the kill. Try as best you can and do the 70 points of damage as fast as possible before everything gets wiped out. But Nim's special power is that he can allow us to go through this deck faster than normal. So that's definitely something we have to bear in mind. Do we go for the kill or do we go for the outlast? That's the situation. We both got our decks. Oh, also, our decks are not, our little starting card says what's in our deck, but it also says the order. We know exactly what our first hand and our second hand is going to be. This game, unlike a lot of deck builders, gives you a lot of control over your deck, more so than most. But that's it. Did I miss anything? I think that's a pretty thorough summary.
Well, you didn't talk about the charging.
Oh, yeah. Well, another thing. Well, there's a bunch of stuff we can do with our cards. We'll mention that as we go. So, Honey Pie, we're ready to get going. That over there is the turn order deck. In a two-player game, there are 2 cards for me, 2 cards for Jen, and 2 cards for the Nemesis. Jen's going to give it one last shuffle, and this will determine the order that all of us act in. Who's first? Who's on first?
Who's on first?
Player 2. Jen is the first player. Now, of course, we both started with our starting hand. I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jen's got her 5. 2, 3, 4. Yep, everything's fine.
So there's no big surprise here because it says what.
You knew what was coming.
I have basically 4 ether, which
Yes.
allows me to buy spells.
Well, crystal cards are, if you use a Dominion analogy, they are the money cards. They are like silver, gold, and copper. They can give you more and more ether, which is the form of currency that we can use to buy stuff, and do a lot of other things as well. And you can see there, like in Dominion, you can buy more copper, silver, and gold cards. But the interesting thing is, they do some of these give you additional special powers as well. So that's actually really cool as well. My starting hand also is 4 crystals for 4 ether, and my super special spell, which deals a damage and gives me another ether. So, Jen is up first. Now, the first thing you would do on your turn is, if you had prepared spells on the previous turn, you would now play them, but Jen does not have any spells prepared, so now she goes on to her actual action phase where she can use her cards however she likes.
Okay, so I do have 1 spell, so there's no reason not to ready it.
Right.
Or cast it.
Yes. I think it's called casting a spell. And now this is an interesting element of the game. Jen just cast her Cinder spell, which gives her a choice of dealing 1 damage or discarding 1 card from the Nemesis deck so that we can go through the deck faster. Yeah. But she doesn't get to do this now. She doesn't get to use this. It's prepared. On her next turn, she'll be able to play it. Her next turn might be the next card. Her next turn might be at the bottom of this player deck. You can never be 100% certain, so there's always a lot of tension of, will he be able to play it? Now, instead of, Jen put it here because this is an opened breach, which means she can prepare this spell for free, basically, because she is drawing on the energy from the open breach. All this mystical energy from the other world, Jen is using it to prepare this spell. Now, if Jen wanted to, she could put it on one of these closed breaches, but that means she has to pretty much provide the energy herself by focusing the breach. So she could put it here and pay 2 of her ether, 3 of her ether, or 4 of her ether. But you're just going to go ahead, and there's reasons you might want to do this, but for now, since you've only got 1 spell, you're just going to put it there, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'll explain more about this as we go on, why she might want to pay to prepare it to get one of these things focused. So Jen's done that, and then she's got basically...
I got $4.
Yep, and so...
going to buy a diamond cluster.
We've played with the diamond clusters before. Jen loves the diamond clusters. I think we'll be seeing some more of that in her future.
Yep.
This is interesting. This is a better crystals give you 1 ether. This gives you 2 ether. But in a given turn, if you have multiples of these, they start providing 4 ether or something like that, right?
The second one.
Right. So now Jen bought that. It goes into her discard pile.
Yep. Which is there, and then.
And you've used all your cards.
I would put my cards here if I was going to do more, but I'm done. So.
Yep. Okay. Now, Jen had 4 ether. She just bought a level 4 card. Instead of that, she could have started putting charges. She needs 2, 4, 6, 8. She could have spent and gotten half of the charges ready for her quantum barrier. That is another use for your ether, to prepare and charge up your big super weapon, your super spell. And there's other stuff you can do with ether as well, but that was it. At the end of your turn, you draw back up to 5 cards. And done. And now, who's next?
You.
Me, I am up. Okay. So, not entirely unlike Jen. I've got 4 crystals. I've got buried light. So I could go on ahead and prepare this just like Jen did, but I'm not going to. I am going to put this over in my closed breach number 4. Because, now, there are 2 values on this. And I'll try and bring it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. To open breach number 4, i.e. flip it over so it becomes a permanent energy source for me for the rest of the game, I would have to pay 7 ether. Now, I don't have 7 ether. I've got 4 ether. But it says I can spend 4 ether to focus this. And what that means is I'll focus it and rotate it this way. After you focus, you can immediately put a spell on here. So now this spell is queued up, ready to go. But the more important thing is on my next turn, I can now open this breach and therefore make it a permanent energy source for only 4 ether. So, it would cost me 7 to just open. That's the ultimate goal. You want all your breaches open so you can be putting the maximum number of spells without having to spend points on them. But that would cost me 7. Instead, I'm going to spend 4, and then later on I'll spend 4 more. So it only cost me a little bit more, but I was able to spread that out. So I'm going to use all 4 of my ether to focus this. And after you focus, you get to put 1 spell in play. I'm going to put this in play. So my buried light is queued up, ready to go on my next turn. And now at the end of my turn, I take all the cards I played. So I didn't buy anything, but I am making my my source, my energy source, more powerful, while Jen is making her deck more powerful. I will discard the rest of that. I will draw back up 5. And who's next?
Okay, and you could have discarded those in any order.
Yes, I could, although that's the interesting thing as well. Once you're done, as you play cards, you put them here. Once you've used all your cards, you put them in the discard pile in whatever order you want. And that's important because unlike regular deck builders, once my deck is empty and I have to draw, I don't reshuffle them. I just take the discarded pile and I flip it back so you have control over the order that cards will show up on later. So anyway, so who's next time?
Okay, well, I will say it's going to be the Nemesis.
The bad guy is up. All right, so first thing the Nemesis does, if he has any outstanding powers or minions, thank you, I can never remember, then they get to take a stab at us. Right now, we don't have anybody. And after that happens, whether he has guys or not, he draws 1 new card. So, Crooked Mask's first thing is, it's an attack card. He's going to give us a burden. The players collectively gain 2 corruption and place them on top of their decks. Any player focuses a breach. So that's a bad thing. We're going to get corrupt. But it's a good thing because we could focus a breach as well. That's actually pretty nice. So we have to deal, and now this is an attack, which means it happens immediately. If this had been a minion or a power, it would come down here, and it's like he had prepped it. He wouldn't get to use it till his next turn. But as it is, this happens immediately, like an instant. So here's the 2 corruption we have to take. I could take both of them, or I could take 1 and you could take the other.
I'll take 1.
All right, so you take 1, I take the other. So when you get a corruption, it goes to the top of your draw pile. All righty. Gain 2 corruption and place them on top of their decks. And now, let's see. I should say, this is the first time, I don't know if I said it up front, this is the first time we played the Crooked Mask.
Yeah.
And normally, when the Crooked Mask does an unleash, you do this and then you put your discard pile back on top. But this isn't an unleash, and so it doesn't say that we're supposed to put our discard pile. So I think we just put the corruption here.
Yep.
So we know corruption is coming our way. We'll have to deal with that in a future turn. But now, any player can focus a breach, which is cool because normally that costs. As you saw, I had to pay $4 to do that. So, and the thing is, when you focus a breach, you could also then ready a spell. So I've got some sparks in my hand. I'm sure you have some sparks as well. So we can get a spark spell ready.
Spark spell.
So who's gonna focus?
Well, right now I've got something that costs me 4 to focus,
All right.
and you have a
I have
2
something
and
that
a
costs
3.
2 and a 3.
So
So we
which
should take the
one?
most advantage of this and do our most expensive focus.
So I've taken the focus,
All
and
right.
I'm going to ready a spell.
All right, so you've got a spark ready. All right, so that was it for him. He had no minions, so he just drew a card. It was a one-time attack, and we're gonna have to deal with that corruption soon. But in the meantime, who's next, 95?
Me.
Player 2. All right, so first of all, before you start playing the cards in your hand,
Yep.
you have to play your spells. Now, the one that's sitting here on an open breach, this is optional. She could save this here for later. I mean, she doesn't have to play it right now, but she could wait till the time is right. This spark, which is on a closed breach, must be played right now.
Yep.
So you're going to play that, which is just going to do 1 damage.
Yep.
And I guess we'll just hit the crooked mask, and he's gone from 70 to 69. Hurrah! Oh, feel the burn, buddy.
And then this one is actually my special power.
Yeah.
It allows me to discard the top deck card from his deck, and that's entirely what we want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
This is actually, I think it's at this moment that we make a pretty big choice. Are we going to continue just to try to work him down, or instead are we going to focus all our efforts on decking him, running out through his deck?
Well, that's my whole character is all about going through his deck. So I think I should.
All right, then. All right, go for it. So
Okay.
you're going to play that. It goes to the discard pile, and we have just eliminated from our lives Skewer. He was going to attack us with a Skewer, which meant he would have unleashed, which would have given us more corruption, and somebody would have taken 3 damage. So we just avoided that.
That's
All right,
awesome.
and now you're done with spells. You can go on ahead and do what you're going to do.
Okay. Well, I have another spark, so I might as well
Get it ready.
prep it. And then I have 3
Okay.
ether. So I think I will buy myself a little something nice. And, or I could start, because my special power is I can discard again from the top of his deck after I've spent 8 ether.
But I mean, you can only power that up 2 at a time, and you have 3, so that means you'd be throwing 1 away.
Correct. So, or I could buy a attack spell, which I do rather like to have.
Or you could buy the bottled vortex, which you destroy it, plus 2 other cards from your hand. So you would instantly be eliminating 30% of the crap cards in your deck, so you could get to your super spells that much faster.
Well, that's true, but I don't have a lot of super spells yet, so I can't get rid of
You've
my...
got 1 super duper spell.
Yes, but it's only good if I have the second one of it. So I'm not ready
No,
to
I meant your
destroy-
cinder. I meant your cinder.
Ah, yes. So I think I
All right,
will actually go ahead and buy my favorite
Yeah.
Phoenix Flame.
This is a problem for Jen. Whenever we play any deck builder, she finds the notion of deck thinning abhorrent. It's like, I cannot get, by the end of Dominion, she's got a deck like this tall. It's ridiculous. It's like one of those cartoon sandwiches that Shaggy makes and just sticks it all in the mouth. That's the way she does her deck building. So anyway, so you've given yourself, you spent all that,
Yep.
and now at the end of your turn, you got to draw. You're drawing this, and this is the thing. She did not reshuffle her deck. So you have a rough idea, and you could stack the deck in a certain way. Although at this point, we haven't really been able to do much deck stacking, but this comes really into play later on in the game when you're trying to leverage things. So 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Turns over. Who's the next player?
Okay, that would be
The Nemesis is up. He has no baddies. He is going to slaughter. It's all attacks. He's not getting any minions out. Unleash. So Unleash is 1 player takes a corruption. Is it going to be you or me? Interestingly,
Yeah.
my corruption is still coming. Oh, you have a corruption in your hand.
I will have one in my next turn.
So one of us is going to take corruption, and Gravehold, or the town we're trying to protect, takes 3 points of damage, so it's down to 27. Dun dun dun. That was insatiable avarice on his part. So somebody's got to take. What is this? Oh, whoops! Shoot! This was the corruption spell. Let me just go ahead and shuffle that back in. This is the corruption spell that somebody has to take. That was the attack he hit us with.
Okay.
So who takes it?
Well,
The
we're
thing
gonna
is,
have to deal
you
with
have no discard pile. If I take it, then of course, my discard pile is pretty much all.
Crystal.
Yeah, because I haven't bought anything yet. And so, what's this other thing?
That's your corruption from last time.
Oh, this is the corruption from last time.
Yep.
Well, all right, then I'll go on ahead and take it. I'll take it. So I've got 2 corruption back to back waiting for me. And the Unleash says, after you take the corruption, you must take your discard pile, shuffle it. And now that can mess up your well-laid deck where you put everything the way you want it. But I don't care because all my cards are just crystals. So shuffle all you want, buddy. And so I know my next hand is going to have 4 crystals and 1 corruption on it. I can see that's coming. So that was it. Who's next?
Big surprise.
Big surprise, me. I am up. Now, before I start casting, I prepared this burning light. I put it in my closed breach, so I have to cast it, do 1 point of damage. And now I wish he had some minions out so we'd be doing damage to them, but instead I'll do a point of damage to him, and I get 1 ether. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ether, and 2 spells. So 1 spell I'll prepare over here, and I'll spend my 4 ether to go on ahead and flip this so that I have got 2 fully functioning breaches right now.
Okay, but didn't you also get an extra bonus? Oh no, one's open. Never mind.
Right, yeah. Oh wait, you're right, I did.
No.
Hold on. Oh yes, one's open. Yeah, so I'm going to flip this because I pay my 4. I paid 4 before, I'm going to pay 4 now, and I've got a second reach. The nice thing about having these 2 breaches open is any spell cast from them does 1 additional point of damage. A spark normally does 1, but this spark that I'm readying does 2 points of damage. So next turn, I got 3 damage queued up, which in the early game, that's pretty good. But that means I've spent all my money. I have not done any deck building. I am just doing magic shelf building. All right, and so all these go here. I draw 5, and I already know what they're going to be. There's my contagion, which I'll have to deal with next turn, and now it is time to shuffle it up.
These. Okay. Nemesis.
The Nemesis. Okay, again, no minions. But here's a minion. It is a Bane Sire. He has 5 hit points, and as long as he sticks around, he has a persistent effect of Unleash, which means we get more and more corruption. So he has 5 hit points. But he won't do that in the turn he comes out, because like I said, it's like he's been prepped.
Yep.
So, now, hopefully we can do 5 points of damage to him. I've got 3 on deck. You've got 1 on deck. And I wish we would have had, we were throwing money, into the bottomless pit of 70 hit points but anyway, so that's how it worked out. And that was it for him. What's next?
Okay. Again, him.
Okay. And boom, right off the bat, his Bane now gets to function in Unleash, which means somebody gets another. Let's see here.
Well, you've got 2.
I think you should probably take it. Because I've already got 2.
Yeah, but it's going to go right on top of my deck.
Yeah. Yes, and I've got 1 in my hand and 1 on top of my deck.
Fair enough. Give it to
All right, you'll take it. And then the bad guy draws another one, and it is a power. There's 3 types of Nemesis cards. Minions, who stick around, attacks, which is all he's been doing so far, and power. So this comes over here, becomes the new deck, or the new card, and this has a power level of 2. So that means this has a countdown. In 2 Nemesis turns from now, the Rift Dust will strike. The player with the most crystals in hand discards all of their crystals, suffers 3 damage, and gains a card from any supply that costs 4. So that's great if we have 2 crystals in hand. That's terrible if we have 5 crystals in hand.
Yep.
So, and we know this is coming, so we can put, this is a time bomb waiting to happen. So, anyway, so that was it. He hit us with the persistent, a new thing came out, and now who gets to go? And now we know he's not going to pester us for the next 4 turns.
Okay, it's me.
Jen is up. And first thing you have to do is, I believe you're a bit corrupt.
I am.
Jen is suffering from a grim sight.
Yes. Gravehold suffers 2 damage.
Ouch.
I can look
1,
at the
2.
top deck of my deck and destroy it. Oh!
Oh!
Yeah!
So you just destroyed a corruption card.
Woo-hoo!
Nice. Okay.
And
So that's the interesting thing about these corruption cards. All of them have a bad thing that happens and a good thing that happens. So that's pretty handy.
So good thing.
Now, actually, you had this in your hand the whole time. You knew this was
I know,
coming,
but that was
and
like-
yet you still made me take the other.
Well, but I took this one. That's true. That is one thing about, because you don't have a normal player order. which
Exactly,
is
I mean, so you
one
can
of the
mirror-
nice things
yeah.
about this game. But
Let's see.
also,
I should be thinking about my corruption that's coming up when I eventually go is Contagion. I'm going to suffer a point of damage and return any card that costs 0 in my discard pile into my hand. So that means I'll just be able to get a crystal back out.
or your sparks.
Or my buried light.
Ooh.
So I'll be able to get this. So this corruption, while it hurts me, I'll be able to get my super spell back the next time I get to go.
That's awfully nice. Okay.
So
and then
okay, and you're in the money.
No, I just have 5.
5. Oh, because you got your
I got
diamond.
my diamond, but my diamond's no good without
Now,
the other diamond.
before you do anything though, first you have to do your corruption. Then you can shoot your spark and start beating this Bane Sire down.
Might as well.
Yeah. Okay. So you knocked him down. He's down to 4. You can instead hit the crooked mask, but we need to take this guy out. 1, 2, 3. Right. So from 5 to 4, and
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this diamond Calista.
is that the second or third one you bought?
Just the second.
Okay. All right. So it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, basically the first one
Yeah.
is not any good otherwise.
All right.
So I will go ahead and put them together. So hopefully.
Right. So So that's the thing. So Jen played these cards. She bought a card that goes to her discard.
Right.
And these are the cards you played to do it.
Yep.
And what are you doing with this card?
I think I'm just going to hold
You're just going to hold that card.
because then I'll have 4 next turn, probably.
Right, okay, cool. So, and now she can discard this any way she wants, and she's going to do it so that the 2 diamond clusters are next to each other because they're a set collection mini game, effectively.
Yep.
All right, so that was your turn. Draw back up to 5.
Okay.
And then whose turn is it? Well, of course it's either you or me because with the minions already done his right. So you're back up again immediately.
Right. We're not interested in seeing your corruption.
My corruption will be coming. So I know I've now got 2 turns in a row.
Right. And then I've got 2 crystals and a spark and my cinder.
Right. So
and my phoenix flame.
Obviously you want to get that cinder prepped again.
Unfortunately, I cannot open up a breach at all.
Because you don't have enough.
Oh, actually no, I have 2. I could focus this one.
Or 2, you could start powering up this, or you could buy a jade so you have more buying power.
I know. But if I put my phoenix flame on this, it's 2 damage, and then if I can get that prepped before it does 4.
Let's see. Well, okay, but here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go twice, which means I'm not going to have enough time to kick this guy. Or actually, I might, because what do I have? I don't think I will.
No. But you'll do 3 points of damage.
And your regular or your cinder. I mean, you're definitely going to get your cinder prepped.
Yeah, because I want to go
exactly.
through his
So that's a no-brainer.
So that's definitely going there.
So that's definitely up.
So I could just. Unfortunately, I could spin this and then prep one of these 2.
I don't know. I'd start prep. I mean, because for 2, I mean, this is another burn through his deck faster.
I know.
Or just get more buying power.
Yes. But this doesn't do both. It's deal 1 damage or do his thing. So if I, if I prep this, then
so
we know we can kill him.
You're spending 2 crystal.
Yes.
So you spend them, and that means when you prep this, you rotated it. So
it can't rotate anymore.
Can't it? No. So you rotated it.
Yep.
There you go. So that means it's now gotten cheaper to finally open, and now this spell is prepped. And you've got 1 more card in your hand.
Which I'm going to hold on to.
Which you're going to hold on to, which is another spark that you can't. And now at your turn, you discard those. It's your Phoenix Flame.
Yes.
You're not going to prep that?
Well, this does 2 to 4 damage, and we know we only need 1 to kill him.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So these can be discarded in any order.
Yep, because they're the same thing, so it doesn't matter. And you're drawing back up. And now it's my glorious time. Well, actually, you don't reshuffle yet. You had to. Because you didn't have.
I drew 3 and 1.
Cool. There we go. And now, player 1 is on deck. Hi. I've got a contagion, which means they drew first blood on me. Return any card that costs 0 from the discard pile to my hand. Yay.
Yeah,
I get my super spell back.
And your crystals.
No, it's just any card. Return any card. No, it's I believe it's 1. I think it's just return any card. So I can't return my entire deck.
That would be nice.
So that would be nice. So I'm returning this to my hand. Because it costs 0, and now this goes back to the bottom of the corruption pile.
What was the bad effect of that one?
All right. I took a point damage. Okay. I have 9 hit points now. And so now, I'm done with my corruption, which is a special thing that only happens with Crooked Mask. Now, I don't have to cast either of these sparks, but I will cast both of them to do 3 damage. So this guy's almost out, because this I had +1. And now I've got room to bring my Buried Light in the +1 damage rift, so it'll do good next turn. And in the meantime, I've got 4 crystals. 4 crystal duck. Let's see here.
Does everybody know what crystal duck means?
Crystal duck. Everybody knows the crystal duck quote. Let's see. Probably they don't.
Americans.
I'd be very, very surprised if anybody says, of course, crystal duck. Don't say what it is.
I'm not.
It'll be in the YouTube comments.
Let's see.
Crystal
duck, you guys. Crystal duck.
All right. By the way, for people who are watching this video later may not realize, this is actually being live streamed right now. I was trying to do this in such a way that I wouldn't have to explain to people 6 months from now watching the final run through, but it's okay. Okay, so I have $4 to spend. I would like, so what does this Transmogrifier do? This is a new one. Gain a spell from the least expensive non-empty spell pile, which would be either Phoenix Flame or Spectral Echo, and the town gets hurt, or just destroy it and get 3 charges. So it costs 4, but 3 charges, that's 6 ether worth of charges. So basically convert 4 into 6, which is very nice. Although we're not hurt right now, so I don't need to charge up my Brink Siphon right now, I don't think. Hey, you can be the Diamond Queen. You know what, I'm just going to get 2 jade. I'm just going to buy 2 jade, which do double instead of 1, so I can start getting some big money. And I paid 4 to do all that. That'll all go into my discard pile. And at the end of my turn, I draw, hey, corruption, endless hunger.
Endless hunger.
And then this just
well,
flips.
You should have known that until
2, 3.
your next turn. But your next turn is...
Well, no, I mean, because I'm drawing at the end of my turn. So yeah, I did know. So there we go. And now it's my turn again.
Yep.
And hey, endless hunger. Gravehold suffers 4 damage.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any way we can heal Gravehold? Do we have any grave? Then we need to start buying some of those, I think. But I gain 2 life, which is kind of lame because I was only hurt for 1. You cannot go over your maximum life. Neither can Gravehold. Gravehold can, even if we heal it, it can't go back up above 30. So, I ate the town to heal myself because I'm so corrupt. And now I am on the spot. I've got a spark. I'll get that ready. Oh wait, no. Before I do that, I will do my buried light, which does 2 points of damage, and I only need to do 1. So that's a bit overkill, but and unfortunately I can't split, so I'm wasting 1 of these 2 points of damage, but I also gained an ether. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 ether I have. I'll prep this spark, and so I've got 4 ether again. I am gonna buy, so did you find the town healing thing?
No, it's not in this game.
We have no town healing at all?
Nope.
Wow. That's a big problem. There are, of course, some, wow. Yeah, there's the one that can hurt the town. Well, we're definitely not going to do that. All right, so I have 4. I really want to start decluttering my deck. So I am going to buy a Spectral Echo for 3, and I won't play this 4th. So I'm only spending the 1, 2, 3. Right, and then I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got another spark. So I'll have $4 to spend next turn. And you know what? I think, folks, that's a pretty good spot to stop right there. So that hopefully gives you a little bit of an idea of what Aeon's End is all about, which, like I said, right up front is on Kickstarter. You can follow the little eye up in the top right corner of the screen. But right now, Jen and I, we're going to keep playing.
Yep.
Wish us luck. If you'd like, you can hit the eye in the top right corner of the screen to go to the extended playthrough, or you can go to Final Thoughts. Your choice in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's take a break. Whew.
Okay.
So, any questions from the audience?
No. And nobody said anything about Crystal Duck.
Because I'm telling you, nobody knows what Crystal Duck is.
Okay.
That would be absolutely insane. That is not a quote that anybody's going to remember but us. And I guess maybe Becky.
I don't
Maybe.
know. Okay, my sister.
Riffs are awesome. Didn't you know that? It is true. All right. So, I'm just going to take a breather for a second. This is what happens, actually, folks, when I normally film. I am all blah, 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 blah. And then and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm like,
And relax.
I'm just exhausted. And I just walk away from the camera for 5 or 10 minutes. And then I come back. And that's why, sometimes in the extended playthrough, I start and I say, right, now where was I? It's because I literally walked away because I'm just so exhausted. Oh, my goodness.
Somebody says the top camera is out of focus.
Is it?
And Jesper said, is it me or my computer, or is the camera on the table out of focus?
The camera on the table. Well, the camera on the table is just a little cheap webcam that's built into Jen's laptop. There's nothing we can do about that. I don't think it's out of focus. I think it's just really low resolution. The one that's doing the tabletop should be better. Hold on a second. Let me see, because I think I can manually focus that one. It's just set to autofocus right now, but let me go into properties and turn off autofocus. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's out of focus.
Viva says that the resolution on the camera table is 720.
Yes, that's correct. Yep, yeah, it's just, it isn't. Now, bear in mind, folks who are watching this, you'll be able to see what when I put the real run through up. I think this game, its Kickstarter starts on Tuesday, so it's going to be pretty quick. And that's why I'm filming it with my normal Sony PJ650. So it'll be nice and high-res 1080p there. But what you're watching live today is already only 720p, and then it's limited, of course, by the bandwidth of Melita cable, which is what we have here in Malta. So anyway, they're trying to figure out Crystal Duck.
Yep.
I bet you even if they do a Google search, nothing will come up for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Crystal Duck.
It's not as big a deal as you think it is anymore.
It was huge.
So, all right. So, Honey Pie, look at the screen. Well, let me make the screen full screen. We'll see if we can. Oh, I gotta get the other thing back up.
Sorry, guys. This is just a bit of technical faffer.
Well, yeah, if they watch live, that's what they get. They can wait for the, I was about to say polished final product, but polish is not my middle name. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't think, I think it's just that it's 720p. I don't think there's much, if I manually focus,
That's a little bit better, maybe.
maybe, I don't know.
It's not like you can.
Is
read
anybody
the
saying
cards.
anything about the focus?
Somebody says, "My eyes."
Yeah, sorry folks, for people who thought they had to go get their spectacles. Yeah, I think that's about as tight as it'll get. I don't know if that's what the autofocus chose, but I
Hey,
think...
somebody got it. Well done.
What?
Greg
No way.
Peterson.
Seriously, who?
Greg Peterson.
Really? That
And
is...
then he says one of Jen's favorite shows. I think someone has been listening to the podcast.
Wow.
Well done, Greg.
Yes, but Greg, who said it? That's the next question. Of course, there's a 1 in 6 chance.
Well, it could have been.
It could have been Gunther. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or one of the many rotating boyfriends and girlfriends. I'm gonna get some more water.
Somebody says just put it back on autofocus. But okay. Let's see. We are not going to UK Games Expo, unfortunately, this year. We've got loads and loads of wonderful travel planned, and unfortunately, we just cannot do everything. But we are doing a lot of fun stuff. And of course, we'll be at Essen. Essen is our big can't miss show. They're still talking about the crystal duck.
Alright. I'm going to stop both of these filming and then start again so I've got separate files for everything just to make my life easier.
Okay. Do 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 do.
Is this starting? I don't hear it going beep.
Nope, I don't see the red light.
There
There
it
it
is.
is.
Alright. Remote battery must be going dead.
Okie doke.
Fill the sign.
I don't know if y'all can hear Dob snoring over there on the couch. She's quite a snorer.
But if you go to the Game Expo, I could see you. You can
us
see us right now. They said in unison. It's warm in here. By the way, this is a total and complete coincidence that Jen and I are both wearing similar color schemes. It's a little silly.
Well, I
Ross
like
gave it
purple.
to an X. Wow, Greg. Well done, sir.
she wasn't an X at the time.
I don't remember the particulars.
Oh, she was the unrequited love.
Was,
Unrequited love.
was it?
Yes.
All right.
Remember?
No,
He
I do
spent
not.
a
I don't
whole
remember the
bunch of money
specifics
on
at
the
all.
Crystal duck, and everybody else got like $5 presents, and he got her like the $200 crystal duck.
All I remember is him saying dejectedly, "Crystal duck." Right?
Yeah.
That was the big gag. Everything built up to that. But crystal duck.
No, it was because somebody blew his cover that he had spent all this money on Rachel, and
I can't believe you remember this.
crystal duck.
Yeah. Now I remember crystal duck because Jen's nickname for me, as has been pointed out, is Duck, and that just immediately. But I mean, you remember all the particulars of the scene. I don't think we've ever watched any episode of Friends more than the first time it aired.
Yes.
So that is amazing. Okay, so, right. I think we're ready to go.
Hey, Karthik.
Karthik Sethi, hello. Karthik, your director Pelephanes card game will be going up this week. Probably tomorrow, in fact. I filmed it a couple days ago, but then I realized in the final thoughts I forgot to give you a shout out like I always do for the directors, so I need to film that and splice it in. Otherwise, I would have put it up the other day. So that'll be coming soon. Right. Anything else? Are we ready to go?
I've shuffled the deck. I'm ready.
Everybody's just gone very quiet. All right. We're at a chat rate of 4 at the moment, whatever that means. Bears and Boards Gamer, we're going to finish Aeon's End, and then if there's time, we're going to do Fuse. Okay. So are you ready, Honey Pie?
Yep, I am ready ready to turn and tell whose turn it is.
I didn't do the clap.
Okay, here comes it.
Wait, actually, if you talk, that makes noise. All right. So you just need to be quiet for like. All right. Anytime you'd like to be quiet, so I can do the clap because it needs to be silence before and after the clap, or it defeats the purpose of the clap. You just get that right on out.
Can't help it if you're a funny man.
I've done that. I think you're very generous.
Go for it.
Okay. Yay for fuse. All right, so we are back. Yeah, so we take the box back out. Ready? All right. Hey everybody, welcome back as we continue at the Aeon's End to try and save Gravehold. So, we are back up ready to go. I think you've reshuffled the turn order deck. We're about to see...
Yep.
Wait a minute. Didn't I take this guy out? Yeah, I finished him. So he's dead, said Fred. But the countdown is coming for whoever has the most... I've got... let's see, what is it? The most crystals in hand. I believe that means crystal cards because I got both my jades. I've got 4 crystal cards. I do not want to lose these.
We have to go through 2 more Nemesis cards before that happens.
Yes, well, let's see if we do.
All right, here we go. Player
Player
1.
1. I'm up. Yay! He will not be taking my jade. Okay. Well, first of all, I got a spark. I got nobody to hit it with. I think I'm going to wait till a bad guy comes out rather than doing 2 to him because I got place to put my other spark. And then I've got 2 crystals and 2 jades. That is a total of 6. Count them.
6.
You don't seem very excited by the 6.
Okay.
Okay, so I could afford a devouring shadow. While prepped, you may destroy a card in hand once per turn during your... Oh, I gotta have a devouring shadow. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so I'm gonna buy that. That's gonna be awesome. And that was everything I had. So now I will discard... Should I put the... I guess I should just keep the jades together. Yeah. So there we go. And I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay. Oh, I got all the spells. I got my Spectral Orb and my Echo and my Buried Light. Hi.
Hello. It's you again.
I'm Johnny on the spot. So this will be it for the rest of the round for me. Well, I got some new spells to cast, so I think it's time to go kerblam and do 3 points of damage to the bad guy, which is kind of counter to our overall strategy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so that's that, and I will prepare the Spectral Echo, which will do 2 points of damage and let me get rid of a card from hand, and my Buried Light, which will do 1 point of damage and give me Ether. So this is 4 points of damage coming towards somebody, and then I've got 3 crystals. So I don't think I need any more destroy stuff from my deck. And see, I could charge up. Because, no, but I'm healed, you're healed, so I don't need to be charging that. And with 3, I get, okay, I'll go on ahead and get a Phoenix Flame. Pew. Yeah, and so that's 1, 2, 3, just go straight into my discard, and you're up. Oh, well, who's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's the Nemesis.
The Nemesis, all right, his countdown continues. Next time his card comes up, whoever has the most gems,
I've got 3.
wait a minute. Oh, it is my other 2. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. Well, there's nothing we can do.
Nope.
It's
me.
all right.
Okay, so first of all, my spark deals 1 damage.
Now, here's the thing. If you could maneuver yourself in such a way that you ensure, on that, in case the Nemesis comes up, if you had, well, no, okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
For you to
My
beat
diamond
me,
shards are coming up next.
yeah, but I'm going to lose my jades. So that means I'm going to throw away.
I know. It's sucky for both of us.
Well, but no, if these are crystals coming, if you have a hand of 5 crystals, we'd be throwing 5 crystals away as opposed to 6.
I know, but my diamonds are coming up.
Are you sure they're next?
I'm pretty sure they're next.
All right. Nothing we can do about that then.
Nope.
Then we just have to cross our fingers and hope that Nemesis gives us a break.
Well,
Because
if
the
it's
Dust
me
Drift is
next,
coming.
then I'll go through my diamonds, and then I'll be back to... But actually...
Well, so that's what I'm saying. If you don't use your stuff, you could hold on to these so that you're kind of controlling your hand too. But I mean, but that would be even worse if you lost both of your diamonds and all those. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay, so anyway, this has to go off,
Yep.
so...
Kapew! I'm starting to think maybe we should just be doing him instead of the discarding.
Well, I think it's nice. Everything we don't have to deal
Right.
with is certainly good.
So are you going to do the damage or
Yes.
are you going to dump one of his cards?
I'm going to dump one of his cards.
All right.
That is what I do for a living.
All right, and you got rid of the Corruptor, who was a minion, which would have been bad. He had 6 hit points. But that's what we want. All right. But okay.
What?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So, and then I will go ahead and
Prep
prep
some spells.
a Phoenix Flame in my open breach.
All right.
And I've got 3, so I could actually open this, but
Yeah.
it would be
And
off.
then put your spot.
But the thing is, this does 2 more damage if I have something charged. So I think it might be worth doing
Yeah.
that. So I'll go ahead and
Pay
use
2 to get a charge. The first time we've actually charged one of our powers. If Jen does this 3 more times, she unlocks her special power of getting rid of another card from the bad guy's deck.
Okay. And I think what I will just do, because I think the next 2 cards are going to be my diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So if I draw 3 more cards,
Then your diamonds are protected by destroying my jades. I see how you're playing.
well, but if it's me again,
That's fine. It's fine.
then this will do 4 points of damage to him.
Yep.
So that was the end of my turn.
And here's the thing. Also, you can't just discard this, but you could play the crystal and not use the ether just to get out of your hand, so you get to draw 4 cards instead of 3, or you can just draw 3 cards.
Okay, I'm going to draw 3 cards.
All right.
There's a diamond.
Diamond.
A diamond.
Yep, you were right. There were
and
the diamonds.
a crystal. So actually, I have.
So,
8.
that's interesting. So we both have 4. Because what's it say? It says the most crystals in hand. Oh, I've got 2 crystals.
Oh, maybe.
No, we both have no. Oh no, those are diamond clusters. We both have 2 crystals. And whenever this comes up, where there's we get to choose. So
Oh, okay.
if the nemesis comes up now,
So, well, you just discard the crystals then. So the gems.
no. It's more crystals in hand. Discards all of. Oh, so it's not so bad at all.
Discards all the crystals?
Just discard all of their crystals. So we don't lose our super cards.
Well, we did.
I was a
our
bit more
last
worried
game we
than I
played
needed
that wrong, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we had something similar to that.
No, I think it was that card.
No, because we haven't played. This is the first time we played Crooked Mask.
Oh well, that must have come up in a different game then.
Yeah. But
Anyway, so right, I drew up at the end of my turn, and the next player is
Yeah.
the nemesis.
All right. So his timer's up. So we both have 2 crystals.
So how many you got? I got 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Are those crystals?
Yeah. I lose 2 crystals, which means I only have a purchasing power of 4. You lose 2 crystals, which means you have a purchasing power of 6.
Yep.
So
I could get a sapphire with that. I'm happy with that.
I think yeah.
I'll go ahead and
It
discard
makes sense.
mine.
Yeah. So you discard, but you do get a benefit. Most crystals in their hand, discards all of their crystals, suffers 3 damage.
Well, that's not.
I'll heal you later, and gains a card from the supply that costs 4 or less. So you just gave up 2 crystals to get a level 4 card.
I'll get myself into the double.
Right, and the gain just goes in your discard. So now you can continue on your merry way.
Okay. Well, no, that was the nemesis.
Yeah.
So
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
that
Yeah.
is done.
So yeah, the power is out.
Okay, and then it's his turn, and then lastly it's me.
Of course. Oh, that's right. Because of course I went twice right up front. I forgot.
So this I'm going to go ahead and lose my charge so that I can do 4 points of damage
To
him.
the bad guy.
Well, yeah, apparently.
Or you can wait for a minion to come out. I mean, we must be almost through the level 1, so which means we're going to into the level 2s, and they're going to start having a lot more hit points.
That's
Your
true.
call. I mean, are you desperate to put another thing in there?
No, I've just got a spark.
It's just going to take up space if you don't get it prepped.
True. And
If you didn't buy that dime, or no, so you have 8?
I have 6.
You have 6 total?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because you could spend 4 of it to get your super breach opened,
That's nice.
and then just
And a
put that
jade.
spark in, and then you've still got 2 to charge up. So you'd be halfway towards doing your super thing.
That's true. Okay, I'll do that. That sounds good. Okay, so I am now opening my breach.
Yep.
I don't know why that makes me giggle, but okay.
Because it sounds kind of dirty. Would be why.
breeches is a British.
There you
term
go.
for
Yeah, it's your
pants.
britches. You open up your britches. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I've cast that, and that was 4 of my.
And so you've got 2 more.
And I guess I could either buy a jade or I could just
Yeah.
charge this.
Yeah.
So I think I will charge this.
Okay. So there's your second charge. Alrighty.
And then those are done.
And those, yep.
And
So
I'll
you're
put them
discarding
right
it. So you got 3 diamonds back to back, and draw back up to 5. And so now we are back. Meat smack on the menu, boys. So let's see who is up. Me. Okie doke. Right, I got spells I want to. And again, well, we just got to keep. All right. So, all right, I will go on ahead and just cast my Buried Light, which is going to do 1 point of damage to him, and gets me 1 ether. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7, and I've cleared up room to get my Devouring Shadow ready to go, and I've got 7. An Arcane Nexus.
Ooh,
I haven't bought one of those. I'm going to buy an Arcane Nexus. I don't care. This is another one where you just keep it around, prepped forever, and it just, what's this do? Oh, it lets you pull gems back into your hand that you play.
Yep.
So I can get my Jades back. Although, this is better for you, because I've got a couple of Jades. I don't have any Super.
Super Sapphires.
Let's see, and now you just took a bit of damage. I could start charging up my heal.
I don't know. I feel like I'm doing okay right now.
I'm feeling like I got enough spells. I want to start getting another one prepared, too.
Okay.
Although I don't have any more in my hand right now.
Well, you had 7 to spend, right?
Yeah. Or I can just get the Arcane Nexus. I mean,
So this is 4 to open.
Or I could get the Clouded Sapphire, because that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'll just keep the crystal and not play it, so I'll have it in my hand for next turn. So that's what I'll do.
Okay.
And so that went in, and so I am going to keep my Jades next to each other, next to my Crowded Sapphire. So when I draw all those, that will be awesome. And then 1, 2, flip, 3, 4.
And it's me.
Alrighty.
Okay, well, we still don't have anybody to fight against, but I have 2 more spells ready to go, so I'm kind of feeling like I'd like to use them. Otherwise, this just clouds up my hand.
Well, yeah. He is hiding all those bad guys, so.
All right, so that does 4 points of damage to him.
1,
I've
2,
used a charge.
3, 4, and
And
he
then-
is down to 59.
Okay, and then this does 2 points of damage.
1, 2 more.
Yeah. And then I will ready my Cinder
All right,
and my another Spark.
all right, and then what are you doing?
Excuse me. I've got 3 crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So,
$3.
yeah, I guess now is the time when I can start getting things
Getting rid of
down.
your. All right,
So I will buy that and put those
all right,
down.
and who's next?
Me again.
Yeah, all right.
Boy, I feel like it's been so long since we've had any corruption. Surely
I know. Well, I mean, it's.
2, 3, 4. Oh
Wait.
man. I have
Well, no,
4
you just don't play
crystals.
it. You hold it, and then you'll draw another one.
Now I know I've got 2 in that hand though.
Oh, is it not good to have 3 in a hand?
No, you only get, if this is the second diamond cluster played this turn, you get 4.
Oh, okay.
So I want to declump those.
Hmm.
So I should actually play this turn because I know I'll have 2 more next turn.
Yep.
So anyway, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crystals to play, and I do like me a Clouded Sapphire.
Or you could finish your prep.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3. And I could activate it and actually get rid of a card.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do it immediately.
Ooh. And actually, yeah, my Phoenix Flame has been used, so there's no point. So I guess. Oh, Clouded Sapphire. I'm gonna use my powers.
All right.
Give me 2 more charges,
So
please.
you bought them all.
Yep.
And then you're going to do it immediately. So you're.
So let's see.
And are you going to wait to do it, or are you going to do it now? So here's the thing: you don't have to do it right now because we're still dealing with little level 1s. You might want to save that until
Yeah.
level 2 or until we get into level 2 or 3s, and just instantly wipe out those because they're tougher to deal with.
Yep. So yes.
All right. So anyway, that's what you're doing. You're discarding, and meanwhile, the Nemesis says, "Hey, he's going to attack again because he has no minions apparently. Discard the top 2 cards of the Nemesis deck." Well, okay. And for each tier 3 Nemesis discarded this way, Gravehold suffers 4 damage.
So we're not.
But I
making
mean, but
threes.
we've only just entered 2, so discard. All right, so this is vexing. Discard the top 2 cards of the Nemesis deck. So they're both going to discard. For each tier 3 Nemesis card discard this way, they're both 2s. So basically,
There's no
he's
bad.
helping us speed through the deck.
Well,
I just can't. All right, so this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's total
you
incompetent.
can't quite see through his crooked mask.
Yes, the crooked mask needs to get that on straight. He needs to be a straight mask. And he said, "Okay, well, let me try that again." All right. Does he have any minions? This is ridiculous. A pulverizing ray. All right, so this is basically queued up. It'll happen on his next go, but he's out.
Yep.
The players collectively discard up to 6 gems. For each gem not discarded, Gravehold suffers 3 damage.
Okay, so these are gems. Are the crystals
Well, yeah,
considered gems?
all of these cards are gems.
But are crystals?
Yes, they are.
Okay, great.
Okay, so, and then it's me, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So, and I got no minions to hit, so I guess I'll hit him for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so that goes away. And I get to destroy a card in hand, so I will remove this crystal. Goodbye. Or should I remove a crystal or a spark?
Oh, well, we are doing a lot of damage to him. Probably crystal, because you.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so and now I'll do this one while. Oh no, this is the one I keep around. While prepped, I may destroy a card in hand, so I'll get rid of another. So as long as it stays here, I can just keep. I can emptying out my deck. Nice. All right, so although that only leaves me with one crystal in my hand. Oops. But 2 sparks, so I'll prep a spark, and with 1 crystal I can't do anything, so I'll just hold on to that. Now I'd rather draw more cards though, so I'm going to play this, and with 1 I can't buy anything, I'm just going to play it, and so that's it, I'm done, and I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and have you reshuffled?
Yes.
So who's up?
I have. It's him.
Hello. Alright, so his power goes away, and so now collectively we have to discard up to 6 gems. I believe that means 6 gem cards.
Yeah.
I have 3 in my hand, you have 2 in your hand. Ouch.
And they're my diamonds.
Well, good for him. For each gem not discarded, Gravehold suffers 3. We only have 5 between the 2 of us.
Yep, so.
So Town just took 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's down to 18. So I guess I shouldn't have been making fun of him. And he gets out another power, which will 2 in 2 rounds. Now we can discard this by spending 7 ether. Before it fires off.
And what is it going to do?
After he uses 2 rounds, Gravehold gains 3 life, and he gains 13.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, but if we're trying to do his deck instead of him, I wouldn't mind that the town gets healed.
I know, but I feel like we wasted all these turns.
But we did not know, because this is the first time we played him, that apparently he is kind of minion light. Oddly. But anyway, so. And I'm going to have a hand with only 2 cards in my hand. You've got 3, yep. So I think you probably want to shoot some spells out.
But 2 if it's my turn.
Oh, right, of course, yes. And it is.
It is.
Somehow
okay.
I knew.
Okay, so I'm going to discard the top card from the Nemesis deck. And I might as well discharge my thing and do it
Which
again.
was another non-minion. It was another attack.
Okay, well, I think there's no reason not to do it. Let's just...
Unless you want to save it for the 3s. But I guess you want to start building it up again. So you're going to go ahead and use that right now.
Yep.
And you just got rid of a thing we could have killed. A Venomite who has 9 hit points. All right.
Okay, and so I guess I'll do 2 points of damage to him because I can ready more spells.
1, 2.
Okay, so...
Yeah. How many more cards is he in? We're about halfway through.
About halfway through him? Okay. Oh, wait. Did I say 2 points?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, good. Right, so I've got a couple spells. So I will do that Phoenix Flame there and this.
And you're going to hold one in your hand, draw back up to 5.
Yeah, because I can't just discard that, right?
Yep, and now I'm up, and
2, 3.
all I got is spell, so I got to use these. Although, man, my Devouring Spell. No, I will use my Devouring Spell to get rid of this. Oh, no, first of all, I will play this Spark. That does 2 damage to him. I think we might need to switch over to just trying to kill this guy. And so I'm done. And I will use this to eliminate this Spark, and then I will ready my Phoenix Fire. All right, so that was it. So I'm cutting the chafe. 4, 5. And who's next? And, all right, so his countdown continues, and then he draws a new card, and it is an 11-point Pain Sower. Right, he has a persistent power, and any player suffers 2 damage, a different player focuses a breach. So one of us gets hurt, the other one gets a better breach, and we have to do 11 points of damage to take this guy out. Okay, so now we finally have somebody to kill other than the big bad. And now we don't have any cool spells queued. All right, so who's next? All right.
So how many crystals you got?
Crystals? I have 1 crystal in my hand.
Okay, well what was
I've got 2 jades and a clouded sapphire.
Okay, but what is it to...
That is going to be, to prevent his thing from happening, which is going to happen the next time we draw him, somebody has to spend 7 ether, and then this just disappears.
One person has to spend
Well,
it?
yeah. On somebody's turn, you'd have to spend 7 ether.
Yep, so I can't spend your money.
I know. On my turn, I've got plenty. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could make this go away now. Or we can let it happen. The town takes 3 points of damage, and he heals by 13.
I don't like that.
Or no, I'm sorry, no. The town heals.
By
They
30.
both 3, and he heals by 13.
Right, so I think we've got to prevent that, don't you think?
Well, you can't do it though, right?
I know, I'm just saying.
I mean, I can. I've got the money, honey.
You do?
And we'll go honky tonkin'
Well,
and have a real good time, and we'll go honky Honky-tonkin'.
Honky-tonkin'.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, so it's your turn next, so I think you should decide to do that. But in the meanwhile, I've got 4 crystals.
Oh, am I up? Okay.
And well, the process is just.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I'm going to.
Do 2 damage and destroy a card in hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So 2 to him.
Yep.
Oh no! We have an 11-point guy here that we need to take out.
Any player.
As long as he sticks around, we each keep taking. One of us takes 2 points of damage. The other one readies a spell. So he's a mixed. He's not bad.
Okay, and this is only going to do 2 points of damage or 3, but I can do 5 this turn. So I guess 5 points of damage to him.
So you're doing all 5 to this guy. All right. Oops, I should have put. So he started with 11, and now he is down to 6.
Right. And I will re-put a spark in that one,
All
and
right.
then I've got 4 crystals.
So you could start prepping your barrier, so we can.
Oh, could I prep that before I did the spell?
No, you must cast the spell, and once all your spells are cast, then you move on to the plane.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and prep that again.
All right. So that's the thing. I mean, if you get your deck down to nothing but your just destroy a thing, and then all your high value things, you could just you could plow through his deck and like nobody's beeswax. All right. So I am up. Alrighty. So I've got this, which is going to be 1, 2, 3 damage. So that means he's down to 3 points. All right, that was 5. And I just put 2 back, so he's down to 3 hit points. And I may lose a charge, but I don't have any charges to do an additional 2. But an additional 2 wouldn't have finished him anyway. All right, so I am. Oh, and then this is gone. And I'm going to ready my buried light. And so I've got 3. And if this is the first time I've done Cloud Sapphire, an ally gains a charge. You gain a charge from my Clouded Sapphire. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so wait a minute.
So I do this right now, and it goes away, and all my purchasing power has just disappeared.
Well, I think it's worth it.
All right. So we avoided the twisting madness. Okay. And
so you didn't have to.
so I didn't have to use that crystal, so I'll keep that.
Okay.
And so now, how do I want to discard all these things? I just want them to all be close to each other, so nothing fancy. Right? And my deck is empty. I will take this. I will flip it back over. Bip. And I'm drawing 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Oh, wait! Oh, and this gem I didn't play, I used my Devouring Shadow to devour it so I could draw a 5th card. Gotta remember, I gotta keep eating all this stuff I don't need. Alright, you're up. This does it, and when I eventually decide to cast this, I'll do 3 points of damage just like that. So he needs, I could have finished him.
Well, finish him.
But then this goes away and I gotta wait for it to come back out. Oh, alright.
He's going to do 2 points of damage to us.
But I don't remember, see, so my deck was like this. Here's all the stuff I put in. So I did the Phoenix Flame, and then I did this, so that took him out, which means I did not get rid of my crystal.
Yeah, which you haven't
And
even
then I kept this, and so I've got my 4. Right, okay. So that was that.
Okay.
My Devouring Shadow. All right.
Okay, so we are flipped again, and it's me.
You.
Okay, so I've got 6, 7, 8, 9 ether to spend, and perhaps you may destroy a card.
9 ether to spend. So you
Yes.
definitely want to spend 2 of it to get your charge.
Actually,
Oh wait, but before you're gonna play this? You got nobody to hit. Oh, see, you had this, so I didn't need to. Oh, but we didn't know.
didn't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
it's still worth doing damage
All right.
to him, I think, because that's gonna.
1, 2, 3. He is down to 47.
Okay, it's only 2 points of damage.
Oh, I thought it was 3 because it was from here.
Yes, 1 plus 1 is 2.
I can count.
Maths, you guys.
Maths.
Okay, so if I use 2 right now to build this up, and then I discharge it, can I charge it up again this turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2
That's
of my
2.
9, and then I'm going to discharge it and take one of his cards away.
Yeah.
So I now have 7 to spend.
Got rid of a topple. Oh, we're into the tier 3s now.
Ooh, okay.
I think we're gonna. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you could just get your deck thinned out to where you're doing nothing, you could finish him in just a few rounds.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and use 6 of my 7 then to do 3 charges
And then just
and hold on to this crystal.
All right.
So,
Okay.
that was
So
it
you
for
draw
me.
back up to 4, and he goes. He says, "Hey, what's happening?" He says, "I'd like to bring out a jagged one who has 14 hit points." So he's bringing out the big guns now because he knows he's on the ropes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and as long as this guy's around, we get hit with corruption twice whenever this guy goes.
14 points, huh?
Yep. And so
Completely
that was it. He had nothing, so all he did was draw a card.
Okay. Nemesis again.
And now he will actually do it. 2 corruptions. They can both go to one of us, or we can split them up. Do you want to split them up?
Yeah.
All right. So that goes on top of my deck. That goes on the top of your deck. And now we both have to shuffle our decks, which might mess up your diamonds.
Shuffle out? No, they're in there.
Your discards. No, you take your discard pile and you shuffle it up and put it on top. So that could break up. You've got a pretty small one. So hopefully it won't break up your diamond clumps.
And then it goes back on top?
Yep, exactly. So, and that was it for... Oh, wait, but then he draws another card. And, it's just an attack. He's going to obliterate. He's going to unleash twice. So once again, that's 2 more.
Okay.
The player with the most open breaches, we both have 2, so we can choose, discards 3 cards from hand and suffers 4 damage. Let's see.
Well, I can easily.
So,
get
and
2
somebody has to
cards.
get these corruption. I'm going to have to do that.
Okay.
Okay, it's discard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not destroy.
I can get rid of these 3 because
I could too. I've got.
You've had 1 turn.
Oh wait.
this-
Oh wait.
Oh no, I have.
Oh no, I'm looking at my discard pile. I haven't drawn my hand back up. Oopsie.
Hoo-hoo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Should have done that before. But anyway. Yeah, I've got nothing but good cards in my hand. I do
Okay,
not
then
want
I'll
to
do
discard
it.
anything. All right. So, and that means you take 4 points of damage.
I don't know.
I believe it was. Yeah. What was it? The player with the most open breaches discards 3 and suffers 4. So
Okay,
he just
well,
hit you
you
for
better
4.
Maybe.
So now I need to definitely start charging this up.
Because I got 3 bloods left.
Wow, you might get exhausted. That might be interesting.
Well,
But
the
anyway.
reason for me too is because I've already done 1 turn this turn.
Okay, and so, alrighty. So, Buried Light. I will do 2 points of damage to this. This is 1 plus 1 is 2. That guy's tough. And I get 1 ether.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. For some reason, I'm thinking we.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, we both had these. Oops. So hold on a second. So I haven't done it right. So we'll both just take 1 more, and then that meant
That just went there. What is that?
that is the extra corruption we had to take.
That's yours. It's gone into your deck. This
Yes,
is mine.
and it's gone to your deck, and then you have to put your discard pile back on top again. So you have to shuffle it, and that's
Okay.
every time. All right, and then first thing, I hit him. I did 2 points of damage to him. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gain a charge.
Yahoo!
Yep. 6 total spending. I'll spend all of it on my thing because you're getting close to hurt.
To death.
I need 2 more though, but that's all I got. So I'm not going to buy any more cards. We're definitely shifting gears now. And I got a whole bunch of spells. I've got a Phoenix Flame, and let's see. Do I put my Devouring Shadow back out, or do I put a Spark out? I guess we need to hit this guy, so I'll put the Spark out and save the Shadow for later, and then I'll draw. And hey, corruption. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do more damage?
No.
than
Oh,
Spark?
that's right. Yes, you're right. Of course it does. Because I don't have to use it for its thing. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yep. And my corruption is coming, and it will be. Where's my corruption? Oh, that's right. I had to put all my discard pile on top, so my corruption is coming at some point.
It will arrive.
And who's next? Me or him, right?
You.
No. Oh, and then okay, and so
then
you're
it's me
last.
last.
Okay. So right off the bat, 2 plus 1, and if I dump one of these, it's 5.
Yeah.
So I'll dump 1, and that's 5 points of damage to this guy. Phoenix Flame! And then I'll dump this, that's 3 points of damage to this guy, and he's down to 4 hit points. He thought he was tough, but he shouldn't have messed with old Mother Brahma and her Brink Siphon. Alrighty, and so I will prepare my Spectral Echo and my Spark, and I've got $3 to spend, 2 of which I will prepare to try and get to heal, and why are these here? These are here for my last turn. I just didn't discard them last turn. Oopsie doops. So there we go. That's the order. And then I've got 3, which, right, and I paid 2 of it to do a thing, and don't do the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my corruption is on me, which is going to be, what am I going to have to do? I'm going to take 2 points of damage, place a gem from the least expensive, so I'm going to get a jade, and I'm going to take 2 points of damage. So, and it's you, right?
Yep. It's got to be me. Okay.
It's got to be you.
It's got to be me. So I will.
Wow, you have an empty hand. Oh, that's right, because you took the
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Okay, so I cast those things, and that's all I can.
Right. Are you gonna do your Hoosie?
Well, if I do, then my...
Oh, you're
no,
gonna wait?
Yeah, because actually
Because you
there's-
don't have your pumped up
Yep.
one, you don't have your Phoenix Fire? Alright, so you're doing another thing, which got rid of a 17 hit point Ruins Priest.
Yikes.
That would have been scary. Alright, and so you're drawn back up.
Yep. I've got a lust for power, everyone.
Alright, and the Nemesis says, hey, Macarena, I would like to unleash twice.
Is that more corruption?
2 more. You each take one?
I think you've taken it from the wrong pile.
I sure have. Want to take one each, or should I take both, or?
Doesn't...
Well, you have nothing to put on top of it, so you'll know where yours is at least. So
Okay.
we'll each take one, and then I'll just shuffle my deck back up, see what happens. Alright, so that's it, and then he gets a new best buddy, which is Sunder, attack. Alright, this is a attack. Gravehold takes 4 points of damage, and we each suffer 2 points of damage. Or shuffle all the Nemesis turn cards into the turn order deck. So either the town takes 4 and we each take 2, or this comes back over, so he gets to do 3 turns this round.
Well, I'm only got 3 blood left.
I know, so I think better to let him take another turn. Plus the town is down to, well, it's doing okay. It's at 18.
Well, but you're almost to healing me. What do you have in
I
your
need
hand
2.
this turn?
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Right, so this is what we're thinking about. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I'm going to heal you this turn.
Okay, then let's take it in the
All right.
damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Each of us takes 2. And he does not get an extra turn. So that's it for him. Well, he still has one more turn coming, but
Let's hope it's not this one.
it's me. All right, I am player 1.
Okay.
I am going to unleash a spark upon ye. And 2 more. So unfortunately, he's not quite dead.
Well, no, that's 3. 2 damage plus
Plus 1 is 3. Hurrah!
We have killed him.
Yes, nice.
And wait, what
Okay,
does that
and
do?
that's my spell I just cast, and this is my spell.
Destroy a card in hand.
Yeah, so, and I can destroy a card in hand. I'll get rid of one of these dinky crystals, and now that leaves me... Oh wait, no, before I did any of that though, I had to do corruption, which meant I had insatiable avarice, I suffered 2 damage, I placed a gem from the cheapest in the supply pile into my hand, and then that went away. So that was overall, that avarice worked out well for me. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Thank goodness.
With 4 of which will go towards this, and then boom, I heal you. So you got 4 hit points back.
Okay.
All right, and that left me with 2 more, which means I'll start charging it back up again in case we need another heal. Because I think we're done buying stuff. All right, and so that was it. I'll just go on ahead and put my jades up front, and then I'll roll 5. And who's next?
Me.
Speeding up.
Now, my lust for power, thank goodness you just healed me because I suffer 1 damage. I would have died.
Oh wow, you were that close.
I was that
All right,
close, so-
suffer 1 damage and gain 1 charge. So you're refilling up.
Yep.
So your lust for power. All right, excellent.
My life's blood has gone into this charge. Right, so that was all my...
I had no spells prepped. How's that happened? Oh, because I had nothing but money in my hand. But I now got spells. Yay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Discard the top card of the Nemesis deck.
All right, with your superpower.
Yep.
And that was a Gathering Darkness. He would have unleashed twice. We would have taken a bunch of... And he would have healed for 10 points.
Okay, actually...
And now he's only got 3 cards left.
If I'd actually read this, I knew I wasn't going to do any damage, so I put this over here.
Okay,
So
all
that's
right.
fine. So I did that, and then 2 damage plus 1 is 3 to him.
Or you can wait. In
Okay.
case a bad guy comes out.
Okay,
Because
I'll wait.
Because we're going to deck him. We are not going to
Okay, so I've cast that for next time, and then,
recharge your power.
yeah, I think I've only got enough for 2, but...
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I mean 2 charges. I would think so.
Charges.
Yeah, because he's only got 3 cards left. We're so close.
We're really
It's
close.
very exciting.
Yeah!
It's interesting. Nick, who is one of the co-publishers of this game, he said when I was talking about the various difficulty levels of the different bosses, he said, "Yeah, I've never decked Crooked Mask." And I'm like, "Oh really? Oh really?
And
Well,
we're
let me show
gonna
you
do
how
it.
it's done."
Yeah.
All right. So who's next?
Is he watching?
I don't know. You've been watching it. 1, 2,
Okay,
3,
it's me again.
4, 5. There's your 5 cards.
Okay.
Get a charge and dump another one of his cards.
Yep.
Wait, oh, I'm sorry. He has 4. I thought he had 3, but he has 4.
Okay, well, first of all, I've got some corruption.
Okay.
Gain a spell from any spell supply pile, and gain 2 corruptions and place them on top of my deck.
All right.
So that's coming for me tomorrow.
And any spell you want.
Ooh,
We can Devouring Shadow.
cast 3 damage and lets me weed out
Start
my deck.
weeding out there.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good, although I'm not sure it's going to make it around.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Well, I can't have a gem, so it's one of these two.
All right, you're gonna take the super. It's 4 points.
Yeah.
It's
And
a-
this
and
lets
it's-
you return
yeah,
a gem if.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sounds good. So, okay, and now you go about your merry old way.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and cast a spark at him, I
That's
guess.
1. Because you have something else you need to prepare.
Well, I have another spark.
All right,
so
might as well.
And then I've got
3 buying
7.
power, which gets
7.
you getting another. Oh,
So there's 2.
one of which you'll trash
yeah.
that and get rid of his Bedlam Sage, which would have been another thorn in our side.
So that was 7. Here is
Yeah, we hell, I got this
2,
guy.
4.
Totally got it, and I don't care if I'm jinxing it. And then you've got 1 left over.
Hold on, yeah, I'm just, because I did, so that's 6, there we go. Yep, I'll hold
Okay.
that for next time.
All right, so draw back up,
And it's you.
and it's me. Okay, I need to prep some spells.
I got 3 corruption for now. So nobody's hearing us right now?
No, I think it looks like we're back.
Are we
I
back?
think we just came back,
It does say good.
and somebody said we see. I think. Okay. Very sorry about that, folks. We were just getting so caught up. I mean, we are just really rickrolling this guy, and sorry about that. Don't know what happened. I just had to. OBS, Open Broadcasting Software, is the freeware streaming thing I use that allows me to do the picture-in-picture thing we send, and it just stopped. Just stopped. I guess I'm getting what I pay for. There's actually very, very nice software you can get. It's very, very expensive. It does all kinds of fancy stuff, and I'm just doing the free one. So
Maybe we should put that on as a Kickstarter.
we're getting what we pay for. So anyway,
Okay.
back to it. So sorry, we have no idea when you dropped out. Long story short, we are totally destroying the Crooked Mask. He only has 2 cards left in his deck, but he just made a big push and hit us both with 2
lot of
corruption. We have so much corruption now. There's only 2 left in the deck, and there's actually a special thing that happens if he runs out of corruption cards. The city starts getting hit. So he might make a comeback here. It's really, really close. We've totally given up on trying to hit him. Jen just needs to keep on using her special Nim power, her secret of Nim.
Yep.
And right, and so we've just reshuffled.
Yep.
And who's up, Honey Pie?
You.
Me. All right. And I can't. I want to use your power. But anyway, so I will deal
need
to.
some
I
ideas.
don't know if I want to cast anything because there could be a bad guy coming out here. Oh wait, but first of all, if we're doing anything, I have the Fever of War. I must suffer 1 damage.
Oh dear.
He's doing everything he can. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I get to deal 2 damage. So, and there's no one else to hit, so I'll hit him. And he's down to 45. And now, but I have a sense of nothingness.
Do you?
No doubt because I found that the Fever of War, it led to a sense of nothingness. Discard 2 non-corruption cards. Suffer 2 damage. Oh my gosh, I'm down to 2 hit points. Oh my gosh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shuffle any player's turn order card back into the turn order deck. So, shuffle me back in. I'm going to get to do 3 turns this round and then destroy this. So I have to discard 2 non-corruption cards. And all I've got left is 3 cards.
Oh man.
Wow. I've got my Sapphire, which gives you a charge. So so it has to be these 2. I'm totally getting rid of those because I want to be able to give you charges to power your power up. So that's it. And now my turn can begin. And I've got no spells to ready. I got nobody to hit. There's no reason to hit him, so I'm not going to...
No, yes you are. You're going to spend that.
Yeah, what am
and
I
you're
gonna
going to gain a thing.
So
and
I have
you're going to
1.
do those, and you're going to heal me, or I'm going to die. How about that?
I'm down to 2 hit points. Oh, you've got your corruption?
I got 3
Yes,
corruptions
okay.
in a round.
I am going to cast my Buried Light spell, which does 1 whopping point of damage, but it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 ether, which, because it's the Clouded Sapphire, gives you a gem, or a charge.
Okay, I think
So-
I put it on there already.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah.
So I've got 4, which gives me 2 charges, which powers me up so that I can heal you for 4
Thank you
with
very
the Brink
much.
Siphon.
The Brink Siphon.
All right, and my turn is over. I just draw 5.
Okay.
1,
it's
2,
my
3,
turn.
4, 5. And if you could do 2, if you get where's your super card? Is it in the discard?
What do you mean 2?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
he only has 2 cards left.
Yeah. No.
So, all right.
got a
Oh,
lot
but
of
you have
corruption.
triple corruption.
Yeah.
And I've got corruption coming, if I recall correctly.
Okay, well, this
No, in
one's
fact,
easy.
yes, I do. I've got Grim Sight and Contagion coming my way. 1 damage, and Gravehold suffers 2, so I'm going to be fine. All right.
Okay. So suffer 1 damage.
What?
Gravehold.
Because you had some blind ambition. So you take a point of damage,
Yep.
and we heal the town. 1, 2, 3. All right?
That's how you heal the town.
By hurting yourself with the blind ambition.
Okay. So focus a breach.
All right, so you can prepare one, which means you can put a spell out without, or any breach, right? You could focus one of my breaches.
That says focus a breach.
Yes, so you could focus my breach if you don't want to focus your own.
Well,
And so,
this
and
one
that means
does
I'd have a
plus 1
spark that
damage.
would be ready to go in case somebody comes out. Because if you focus your own breach.
Well, yeah, but this happens beforehand. So once it's down.
Oh yes, yeah. If you focus your own breach, you'll be able to cast whatever you just focused right
we
now.
don't- And this is.
Deal 2 damage. You may lose 1 charge to deal 2. We don't
Yeah,
want to lose any
so-
charges.
Yeah, he's at 44, so that's not like it's going to kill him. So why don't we
Focus
I guess
mine.
do yours?
Yeah, this one costs.
Oh, that's not going to open it though. Oh, for
No.
each breach you open breach I have. Okay, so
Are you talking about your other thing? So am I doing this?
Yes.
I'm focusing a breach and putting a spark in play so I can cast it on my turn. Whatever. Okay, so.
Is that the +1? Okay, good. So Gravehold suffers 1 damage plus 1 for each breach I have open.
So you just took 3?
So I healed him, and then I
1, 2, 3. Your blind ambition was marred by your delirium.
yeah. Okay, so and then now I gain a relic from any relic supply pile and place it on top of my deck. Suffer damage equal to half its cost rounded up.
Alright, so that's a 3 of 4.
There's a 2.
No, that's not a
Oh.
relic. These are the only 2 relics we have.
Okay, so I'm going to suffer 2 points of damage.
Either way, so you might as well take the better one?
I guess. This
Yeah, I
one
guess so.
transmogrifies.
It's a quick way to gain 3
And gain
charges.
3 charges.
Yeah,
So
that's a
this
big
goes
deal.
on the top of my deck.
Yep, so you'll have that.
And then I suffer 2 points of damage.
Okay, and that was your reckless might. So you had a
Wow.
very busy corrupt turn.
I did. And now, with all that, I have 1 crystal, which is not enough to
No,
charge up.
so you might as well hold it. And Phoenix Flame, which you can't prep it.
No.
Well, but before you do these, you could spend one of those, so at
I
least
could.
you can play this so you can put your better spell out. Because he might throw a bad guy at us.
Yep. Well, I think what I should do is get rid of, because again, I need to
All right.
focus my hand.
Okay.
So that's 2 damage.
All right, to him,
Oh, no, 3. Sorry, 3.
3, yeah.
And then I'll prep that.
All right, and then you.
I mean, I might as well do this, but I.
But a bad guy might come out.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
All right, so you're drawn back up to 5. He's going. Nope, it's you again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're going to be done this round,
Okay, so I have some more corruption.
of course.
And suffer 2 damage. Thank goodness you healed me.
Yes.
Place a gem from the least expensive gem supply pile into your hand.
Here's a jade.
Thanks.
And what was that? That was your insatiable avarice.
Graveyard suffers 4 damage, gain 2 life.
Gravehold.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and it's down to 10 hit points. That's kind of scary.
Yep. Okay, so now, actually, I can charge up. I'm going to use gain a spell from the least expensive
Just so the camera can see.
Oh, I see. And graveyard suffers the damage, but if I destroy that, I gain 3 charges. So I'm going to destroy
Yeah,
this.
totally. Destroy that.
But so how does that happen?
That
so
just
I
means it
go
goes.
1
And
and did that, and then 2, 3.
I don't know. I suspect you're just going to waste the other 2. So hold this in your hand and use it on your next turn,
Okay.
because that'd be a shame.
Well, actually, no. I can do this. So I'll do
Yeah.
to that.
Jade. So you played your jade,
I played my jade.
and now you've used it to get rid of a card.
And now I'm
And
going
now
to do
you use that, or
that.
you destroy it to get 3 charges back.
Yep.
And now
And now I've got 2
get the 4th
crystals.
charge,
I've got 4
and then
charges.
cast it, and you have destroyed his last card, and we win.
We win!
All right, there we go. And that, folks, is a full playthrough of Aeon's End. And if you'd like to hear some final thoughts now, you can hit the little eye up in the top right corner of the screen to go to final thoughts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! All right, what were those last 2 things? It was Reality Rupture. Yeah, this guy had no minions. Every time he had a minion, you just had gotten rid of it.
Well,
I don't care, we won.
Yeah.
I'm sure with a few goofs here and there. Ha! Yay!
We did it.
All right, that was pretty cool. Alrighty. So now we can just get rid of all this stuff and we put it all back in the little. And
People are just chatting about games. It doesn't look like.
well, yeah. Well, I think, as it turns out, this was not the best game to demo because in the low res camera, I mean, they can't see any. I remember I saw somebody at one point say, Yeah, it's tough to if we can't see the cards. We just have to listen more closely.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry
like, well,
about that.
and we were talking. We were trying to keep you guys involved.
We were chatting.
Yep, chatty chattersons. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really good. So, I can't wait for this game to come out. Oh wait, I'm doing final thoughts.
Well, you can. I mean, I'm not filming it. Actually, I stopped filming.
Crystal Duck.
All right. So you were saying, Honey Pie?
Oh, I just think this is a really good game.
Yeah.
Really good game. Co-ops are really hard because usually you get slammed with so much craziness that I feel overwhelmed. But just a sec. I've got blue tack on the bottom of this. Okay, there you go. But actually, I just feel challenged by this. I don't feel overwhelmed.
Well, I mean, this has a nice ebb and flow.
Yeah.
You're up and you're down, you're up and you're down. It's just not constant ghost stories. Oh, you're down, and you're farther down, and you're really down, and don't even bother getting back up. Which I know you don't like. Yeah. I mean, spoiler alert for anybody who actually plans on watching the final thoughts when I put this out. I'm going to say this is for our tastes, the best fantasy cooperative card game there is. And I'm putting that up against Lord of the Rings, the living card game, and the new Warhammer one, Pathfinder the adventure card game, Foe Hunters, Mistfall. I mean, there's a bunch of games that are in this genre, and this one, I mean, it just caught our fancy. And I hope it just does ridiculously huge numbers because I want to see this thing hit all the stretch goals because I want a bigger game. I want more cards. But, you know, these 5 villains, they're all... Okay, now I'm just doing final thoughts. Sorry, everybody. You're very patient. What? Oh, we can... Let's just put them... I'll clean it up later.
Okay.
The people don't need to watch us sort. As exciting as that must be,
Sorting.
we can be more entertaining than that, I would hope.
All right.
So, what time is it? It is
3:37.
3:30. So, I would say we've got time for a game of Fuse.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's put it to the folks. Folks, would you... Let's see. We are going to keep this live broadcast going until 5, or probably 5:10 or something like
5
that.
our time.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry.
Is it 5 our time? I thought it was 4 our time.
No, it's 5 our time, which is an hour and 20 minutes from now. Is that right? No, it's almost 4. Yeah. So it's an hour and 20 minutes from now. And then we are going to make the Kickstarter live, and then we'll stick around for a little bit. But so with that hour and 20 minutes left, do you want an hour and 20 minutes of Q&A, or do you want a half an hour of, or probably 40 minutes of Fuse setting up and all that? Do you want 30 or 40 minutes of Fuse and then 30 or 40 minutes of Q&A? Your choice. Answer now! Answer me! Just debate amongst yourselves. I leave this in your guys' capable hands
Someone's
to
just
come up with a
arrived.
resolution.
So, he wants another game. Okay, I'm just going to pop away for a moment, and I will be back. And
All right.
you can talk amongst yourselves. We've given you the topic.
Yes, I will give you yet another topic. Fuse, Q&A, Fuse. Okay, geez. Could you actually count the actual individual votes? That would be actually fantastic if somebody could scroll back up. And, unique votes. And no, Kent Chargers 3 votes for Q&A counts as 1, just for the record. Yes. Liev, I agree. I think Liev should tally. Because it was her suggestion. Alright. Just in case it's Fuse, I'm not putting any preference here at all. Believe me, actually, just doing the Q&A is easier for us, because you can sit back and relax. But I'm just going to get this out in case you guys decide to go with Fuse. The game that will self-destruct in 10 minutes. So it may sound like a 10-minute game, but I'll have to set it up. Because I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually film it as a run-through. And plus, I need to look back through the rules for a little bit and figure out setup and all that. So anyway, somebody's tallying, right? Somebody says it's 75% at Fuse, right? A Kingdom Death Monster. Yes! KDM! No, not going to happen. I did not have the time to put those models together. Alrighty. Let's see here. So if we're going to play a two-player game, right, oh, we need to get out the fuse cards. Oh, wait, oh, no, I need the... there they are. Yes, welcome to my life, actually trying to do Q&As with all the stupid scrolling that you cannot stop. What I have found the best way to go is, to actually try to stop the scrolling, is literally just scroll back up to the top, do a Control A and then Control C to select all and then copy, and then paste it in a notepad or something like that, because Notepad won't scroll uncontrollably. Because YouTube interface is stupid. So very, very stupid. And oh my gosh, the editor on YouTube, don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started. All right. I would agree. I mean, from my cursory glance, it certainly looked like Fuse was winning. And you know, we love Fuse. Haven't played it for a few weeks, but it's a fun, fun game. I think it'll be a little bit more entertaining for you guys to watch as well. Deedly-deedly-dee, a pirate's life for me. Pillage, plunder, rifle, and loot. Drink up me hearties, yo-ho. We dump them something and don't give a hoot. Drink up me hearties, yo-ho. Alright, so, taking out the level 6 cards. No, I'm really, honestly, I'm sure Twitch is great. I know it has much better chat stuff, but this stuff is really complicated, and for the most part, Google Hangouts just seems to work. And so, I just don't want to learn a whole new thing. Let's see here. So we got that and that. DTD. So, all right, we are playing a two-player game. That means 20 bomb cards. Oh wait, oh no. No, if the first player, right, first we have to deal the normal cards. Shuffle the bomb cards together and deal 2 cards each player, then we build the deck. Right. Hey, Honey Pie, would you come up? No, never mind. I was just going to post that, hey, live Fuse playing if you want to watch, but...
Okay, I will in just a second.
Too slow! Alright, so... let's see, Jen gets a card, I get a card, Jen gets a card, but that's a 3 plus, and that's too much, right? What is it? How does that work? If the first player is dealt a 3 or 4 point card, then the second card must be a 1 or 2. So Jen cannot get another 3, so her second one has to be a 1 or 2. That's a 4, can't be a 4. There's a 1, and then, right, there we go. So there's a limit. You cannot have, they don't want you to start out with 2 super tough bombs. So that's part of setup. So we've each got now our starting bombs. And we have 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The rest of these bombs go back in the box. No, maybe we'll have time to play 2. So let's not put it back in the box. Alrighty, so here's our bomb deck. And now we need the fuse cards. There's going to be 6. Alright, so we start with 5 bombs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now into the rest of the deck, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, those are the cards we're not using. These have to just kind of blah, 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 da, 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 dee, 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 dee. That was not a very thorough shuffle at all. I'm sure everybody will agree. Alright, so there's our bomb deck, our actual live bombs, our bombs we're working on. And see, now this is a much smaller game, so I'm sure I can zoom in tighter as well. Yeah, because that's really far away. Let's see if we can zoom in a little. Let's see. So that's I'm upside down, so we have to put them right side up. All right, so there we go. These are the bombs we're working on. Is that okay? Now to do it the old-fashioned way, we will literally zoom in by lowering the tripod that's too far away for Jen. That means we can move these over here. There we go, a nice dice tray. All right, that's looking pretty reasonable. My bombs, Jen's bombs. Oh, but Jen can't see that over. Hey, sit down. Can you actually see these cards? No, you can't. But you can't reach this dice tray. So, if your bombs are right there, no. Oh, it's a puzzle.
Okay, wait a second. Now, here's my bombs.
Yes, but I mean, it doesn't all fit on the screen.
Okay.
Let's see. If we just put these like this.
Well, then you can't see over the thing.
No, I am tall. I can see, no problem.
You are tall.
So these are the bombs that we still need to work on. That's the bomb I have to grab. Here's the dice tray. Here's the box, which looks all pretty. Here's your bombs. Here's my bombs. Let's slide it all a little bit this way. Here's another behind-the-scenes thing. I pretty much have to go through this for every single run-through I film because of that static cam, and I got to figure out how to put it inside. We'll move this over here. You can't reach these cards all the way over here, can you?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. That looks like a fairly reasonable presentation. What does it look like for you guys? Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe some water. Does anybody say anything?
Let's see. They love your run-throughs, honey.
Well, that's very kind to say.
Just got up. When does the Kickstarter start? In about an hour. Oh, somebody said 1 hour, 15 minutes. Leave thanks.
All right. Well, that means we'll probably have time for one. All right. See, I can zoom that out a little bit. I think I'm zoomed in a bit. Where's the remote? Come here, you. Zoop, zoop. There we go. All right. Not that it matters. These are all going to get messed up as we frantically fight for our lives. But at least we can start out in a nice orderly way. Or orderly enough. All right. Fuse. All right. And here's the bag o' dice. Okay. And... So, you remember, right? It's,
yep.
I believe it's draw 4, don't mess up because you have to throw them back. Roll, we each have to take 2.
Yep.
And the main thing is, and this is the easy thing to forget, the last time we played, we totally messed this up, made it much harder for ourselves. When we don't use a die and we have to put stuff back in,
yep.
If the card is already finished, it's safe.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, we finished it, but then we have to undo it. Once it's locked in, it's locked in. And then after your turn is over, only then can you trade the bombs in.
Okay.
Okay? Now, let's see, is there anything else I just need to remind myself of? It's so simple. Shouldn't be, really. And you remember how, I mean, like,
yep.
Do you see any cards you don't understand how to do?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Does everybody out there know, or are you going to...
No, yeah, I'm going to do a full-on run-through.
Okay.
But there's going to be the picture-in-picture. Where's that going to go? I didn't think about that. All right, well...
I'll just put that on its side because there was enough...
Yeah, but see, then it's kind of
weird.
weird.
On its side.
Yeah, but then it's just fused sideways.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
It doesn't work. But that's going to be where the bag lives. You can't reach that, though.
Well, I can reach it. It's just... It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Push a little bit like this. It's just that big empty space. Let's see if I can... Well, at least I can make the picture-in-picture bigger. Come here, you. Edit. Edit scene. So people can see us laughing and shouting and being silly people more.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, and so as you can see, I mean, it would be
Trying to
very
keep it
easy to
close.
forget, and they'll go off the camera because we're so close. But I just wanted people to be able to see as best they can.
Okay.
All right, so we've got a little bit of, well, you can't reach this, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So there's the bombs that are coming. And we've got all this empty space. Oh, you did. Remember that? Yeah. Thank you, Jester. Jesper. Let's see. So we're rolling here. There's yours. So you've got a little bit of space. I'm a little bit more limited. I've got just a very tiny window, but I'll just remember to put them there. Very, very close. And that's a little ugly. Just a bit. Oh, but then, where is this? Fuse. There we go. That fills in space. That's some nice composition. That's lovely. Look at that. Let's see. And that'll work for the shipping one as well. There we go. Okay. So we got to get our mics back on. Oh, I got to start recording again. Oof.
It's okay, Lulu. Settle down.
Oh, whoops, but that's upside down. There we go. Fuse. Thank you, everybody. Upside down, inside out. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. All right, so you got your mic?
Yes.
I have my mic. We are both in purple.
Do you need your sign?
Yes, I do. It's way over there. Tula, give me the sign. She's not going to give me the sign.
She doesn't know that command.
No, got to work on that. Hold on a second. I want to check something. Display. Talk a little bit. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Life goof. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just double check. Is there anything else I'm not thinking of? The unused dice. So remember, what's in an unused die? You have to. Well, actually, I'm going to say all this out loud.
Yep.
So, right. Fuse cards. Remember the stacking up as opposed to the stacking out. You know, the pyramids and all that. Okay, you remember all of it, right?
I think so.
And we have to keep on going through the deck. And so that we don't have to finish this deck. We just have to, when this deck is empty, I'm sorry, that's the case. When this deck is empty, we win. We don't have to do all of these. So it's like,
So we have 5
you know,
cards.
like when if there's only one card left, and if we can just finish something we're working on to pull this,
Yep.
and then,
That pulls through.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let me double check that, because that's kind of a odd. Ends victory. If your team successfully uses the required number of bombs, once the last bomb card is taken from the middle of the table, stop the timer and game. Oh, we need the timer.
Oh,
Where's your
there's
phone? Oh, there it is
there.
right there. How convenient. Oh, we might have to make room for the phone now. Yes, Honey Pie? Was there stuff on my arm
No.
besides my big hairy arm?
Did you just do our password to the camera?
No, I did not, because as you can see, it's underneath.
Okay. To that one?
Well, that's not going out live.
Okay.
Nobody saw me just type in the password on Jen's phone, did they? Honey, don't just be all subtle with the, just grab my hand violently when I'm about to broadcast to the internet what the password on your phone is. That would be the way to play that one, I think, as a general rule. All right. Okay, so where is it? It's in here somewhere. There it is. So where's that going to go? That can go right here, and I can just go like this. There we go. Everything fits. It's beautiful. That would have been pretty bad if that
Thanks,
had happened.
guys.
Yeah. I'm sure we could trust all of you, 100%.
All 89 of you.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, so the app is coming up. All right, reset. All right, Murph.
So we like the smarmy lady.
Who's the smarmy lady?
The smarmy lady who talks about
Right,
talks
right,
trash to
yeah.
us while we're trying to save the
Basic
world.
voice function. Yeah, we've got the personality voice, also known as the smarmy voice. Right, now do I remember how to play this? Okay. Right, actually, let's see, can these slide a little bit? They just need to slide a little bit so I can see them over the hump. Yeah, they're still on screen? Yeah, they're still on screen. Cool. So, all right. I'm looking at them upside down, but I will deal. Yo. Yes! After we do this should take a half an hour, and that means I imagine we'll have roughly a half an hour. And we'll stick, the Q&A after we take a break to launch the Kickstarter and see that that's going and whatnot. We'll keep the Q&A going for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Generally answer until you're
yeah.
done asking.
Yeah. Famous last words. Except apparently I'm playing this solo now. Jen has just gotten up and left without a word. I don't know. I think you people have pushed her to the edge. That's it. It's over. Right on the eve of the Kickstarting campaign. It's all over.
Jen's leaving.
Yeah.
Someone just keeps cuddling up next to the door, so I thought I'd get her a doggy bed that she could cuddle up in.
What do you mean next to the door? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Are we still live? Is everything fine and dandy? Yep. Stream status good. That's what we like to hear.
Legal comfort sorted.
All right. We are awesome people, Honey Pie.
Aw.
Don't believe beards and board games, folks. He's on the take. I paid him to say that. But then I had a crisis of conscience and came clean. I'm being silly. All right, so we draw 4, we do, okay. Need a sign. This comes down over here. All right. Whoop. Recording. Ha ha ha, all good. All right. Zip. Yeah. Ready, Honey Pie?
Yes.
Hey everybody! Today, Rahdo runs through Fuse, which is the game that will self-destruct in 10 minutes. And fingers crossed, hopefully that's not going to be the case in this run-through, where I am joined by my lovely wife, Jen. Hi, Honey Pie.
Hello.
This is a cooperative game of real-time bomb defusal, and during play, you get exactly 10 minutes to make it through this deck of cards that is laden with bombs and fuses that make life even nastier. Now, basically, Jen and I are going to be doing a 2-player game through, and rather than just using an egg timer, I don't know, what is an egg timer? That probably is only like a 3-minute timer.
Yeah,
rather than using a regular timer, we're using the official Fuse timer that you can download for your Android or your iPhone or what device, whatever. It's basically just a 10-minute timer, nothing fancy about it, other than it has little voice snippets that it interjects, and you can choose the basic voice or the personality voice. We've got the personality voice, and it's hilarious because it just kind of mocks us and makes fun of us as we go. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it over Jen and me screaming at each other, but we'll see how that goes. Now, what we're trying to do is we got 10 minutes. I've got these 2 bombs in front of me that I'm working on. Jen's trying to defuse these 2 bombs, and the way it works is we got a bag of dice, the Fuse bag of dice. There's, I think, 25 dice in here. And in each round, in a 2-player game, in each round, we are going to draw 4 dice. I'm going to take 2, and Jen's going to take 2, and apply them to our cards. And with more players, each player would only take 1 die like normal. And we have to work together to make sure that we take all of the dice, because any dice we don't take that get left over, if I only take 1 and Jen takes 2, that 1 left over means that it might undo some of the progress. Like say if Jen had put a 6 here and then we left a die left over, what happens is any die that gets left over, you have to re-roll it, and if it came up to be a 6, then, oh noes, Jen would lose the 6 that she had previously locked into place. Now, what does that mean, locking a die into place? Well, there's a bunch of different cards. They all have these neat different little combinations and whatnot. Let's look at this one Jen has. Jen needs to put 2 dice on this card. And this die minus this die has to equal 2. So a 6 and a 4, easy peasy. This one is a pretty simple one as well. Well, it's a bit harder because it has a difficulty level of 3. Jen needs to put a 3, a 5, a 4, and a 3. Now, she doesn't have to put them from left to right. She could do them in any order she finds stuff. Also, because all these are white, that means any color die will work. But on the flip side, look at this die, this one I've got. I've got to put 3 dice on here. This die, doesn't matter what number, it has to either be blue or green. This one has to either be yellow or red. This one has to be yellow or blue.
Red or blue.
I'm sorry, red or blue, yeah. So I'm a little bit limited. I don't care about numbers, but I care about colors. And that's the thing. When Jen and I are grabbing our dice, we have to be aware not only of what we need, but what of I was going to say our opponent, but our partner,
our co-diffuser,
our fellow bomb diffuser needs as well. Sometimes you have now this is an interesting one as well that I've got. This is showing a little pattern. All right, let me show you that. This is showing a little pattern of what it is I need to do. And this is the place where I put them on these blank spaces. I have to build a pyramid. I have to put a 6 and a 5, and then on top of both of them, a 4. Now, I don't care about colors, but I do care about numbers on this. On this one, I care about numbers and not colors.
No,
now, when I successfully...
You said you care about numbers, but not colors.
Yeah, thank
Vice
you.
versa.
Yep. And once I've diffused one of these, I can go on ahead and grab one of the ones in the queue. And I can see this is an easy one because it has a difficulty of 1. This is a tough one because it has a difficulty of 4. And so I've got to grab one. And they all have different, like, so, okay, this is an interesting one.
That's a weird one.
This one, the 2 dice have to be the same. You know, the equal. This has to equal this. And, let's see. I think with it, I'm gonna have to double check this one, but I'm pretty sure this means they have to equal. They have to. If this is a red 6, this has to be a red 6, which is why this is a tough one. It's tough to get a red 6, to get a red or to just get a 6, but a red 6, that's tough. This is an interesting one. This has a single space, so you stack a tower up, and what is it? They have to, as you're stacking upwards, the numbers have to decrease in value. So you want to put a low number first, and then, decrease. You want to put a high number, and then a lower, and a lower, and once you've stacked up 4. And that one is, this is the easiest one in the world, because it doesn't care about number, it doesn't care about color, you just need to put 5 dice in a vertical. So you take, that's why this is a difficulty 1. Yeah. This thing can take any die. This is the easiest thing in the universe. So it's, and that's why when you're frantically against time having to choose, right, I finished one, which one should I grab? You have to bear in mind, well, okay, which one's going to synergize with the one I'm already working on, etc. Now, that's the game in a nutshell, and I think we are ready to go. Honey Pie, sorry about that. Are you ready to go?
I am ready.
All right. The other thing, we have this bag we're going to draw 4, and any ones we don't use, or once we finish a bomb, everything goes back in the sack, Jack. But we have to take turns. I draw from the bag, and then Jen draws from the bag. I draw, and Jen draws. And that could be something that in the heat of running out of time, you can start, no, it's your turn. I don't know whose turn it is. Now, I'll tell you right now, we're going to mess that up. We're going to forget, and I'm going to draw 2 times in a row, or Jen's going to draw 2 times in a row. But, this game is just about the fun. We've got 10 minutes to make it through this deck of, I think there's 26 cards in here, but whatever it is, are you ready, Honey Pie?
I am.
You want to draw first, or shall I?
Yes, me.
All right.
Me first.
All right, I'm going to drink of water before we go. No, I'm not.
It's
bone dry, but that's okay. All righty. Sorry about the slapping.
You do the clap with the thing. That's the one time you should do the clap.
Let's go.
Okay.
All righty. I didn't even look at what I needed. I need a 6 and a 5. I'll take that 5.
Okay.
And I need a 6, and I need. I can take either of those.
Anything.
All right. I'll take the yellow.
Okay.
All right. And now it's my turn.
Yep.
Easy peasy. Oh, this bag is so hard to reach in with my big monster hands. Oh, and I just pulled 5. I got to put them back in and try again. There we go. 3 and 1 more. All righty. So I need I need a 6, and otherwise I'm pretty good.
Okay. I'll take the 5.
All right.
And I do.
Can you?
I need a 3.
No,
there's nothing there. I can't do it.
All right. Okay. Well then. All right. Well, I'll take this green so you don't lose your.
Okay.
And all right. Well, I'll put it there. And oh crap! I'm in a black. All right. Shoot. No, I gotta take that. So you're gonna lose your green.
Okay.
But oh no, I can't take a black. Those are both blue. All right. I will go on ahead and take this. And so I can't take either of those. So we're gonna have to re-roll both these one at a time. And we both lose a yellow.
Yep.
And we both lose a black or a 4. All right, so all these go back in. We try again.
Okay.
All right, you should have waited till after we put that back in, but that's okay.
Do you need a 4?
I need a 6, and I need colors.
Okay. Well, I'll take that 4, and that's all I can really
All right, let's see. I'll take both of these reds.
Okay.
And you can't take that, so we re-roll. We both lose our greens.
Yep.
They go back in, and
Your
now it's
turn.
my turn to go. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I'm wasting time. There we go. All right, I still need a 6. Where's a 6? All right, I can take a green, a blue, or
take
green.
Whatever you want. None of that works for me.
All right. Well, then I will take that. You're not taking anything.
I'll take the 5.
All right. Well, of course, take the 5. All right. So that means all right. And so now I've finished one.
Okay.
But
That's done.
I have to.
No, this is done.
Yeah. But anyway, so a 1. All right. So because this is done, I don't have to lose my 1. Jen has to lose a black and green. I don't have to lose this 4. Okay. So anyway, before Jen rolls, I finish this bomb.
Okay.
Here you go. These go back. And I have. I'm already panicking. I'll take this right here. All right.
I need a 3 and 4s. 3s and 4s.
All right, I need 6s, 5s, and 2s. Oh my gosh! I'll take that yellow if you don't want it.
Okay.
All right,
This is done.
Okay, so remember, see, we're having to re-roll this, and it's a 2. Does anybody lose a 2 or a black? Yes, they do. So Jen has to take a new one, and then she has to draw from the sack.
Okay.
All right,
No,
she's
it's your
not.
turn,
Oh,
your
whoops!
turn.
And by the way, I forgot. Every time we take one, a new one comes out.
Yep, your turn.
So, are you sure?
I think.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, what is wrong with my big clumsy hands? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Give me a 6. I'm taking that 6.
Okay, I need 3s and 4s.
And now I need a 4.
Okay, well,
I
can take the 4.
If I take the 4, I finish.
Okay.
All right, good. Okay, so I finish this. This goes back in the sack. I need to take a new one. I will take an easy one. I just don't want to have a hard one for a while. Okay.
I need 3s and 4s.
I need 2s and 5s.
I take 3, and I can take any of those. Anything?
All right, I need a 2.
So you need
All right, so
take
I'm.
the 6. Decreasing order.
No, this I can take anything.
Fine.
So and I need it. All right, so that's cool.
Your turn.
All right.
I need a 4.
All right, I need a 2. I need a green 2 specifically. This is going to be very
that's
difficult.
Fine. So that's done.
All right, so are you right? And what about this?
Go for it.
No, I mean I can take anything.
Okay, then I'll take that, and I'll take that.
No, you've already taken one. I haven't taken anything yet. All right, so there we go. And so off you go.
And I'll just take that.
I need a green 2.
I need something blue.
All right, this green 2 is going to kill me.
I need a 2 or a 4.
All right, I can take anything.
Okay, so I'll
So
take that,
take whatever you can, and I'll take 2.
and I'll take a 4.
All right, and I'll take these, and I have just finished this super easy one.
And I've
You
just
finished
finished
one,
one.
so all this stuff goes in. We both get a new bomb, and all right, I've got this really tough one. I need an easy one. There are no easy ones. They're all 4s and 3s. Oh dear.
Okay.
All right, still no green 2. This
I
is
need a
going to be
1
the
or
death of me.
3. I don't have it.
All right,
I need equal numbers.
I need blue and black.
Okay. Well, I need these 2 because they have to be equal.
All right, I'll take this blue, and I can't take that red, so
Okay.
the red gets re-rolled. We don't have any red dice, but does anybody lose a 4? Yes, you've lost a 4, and I've lost a 4. Ouch. All right.
5 minutes and 40 seconds.
I would have been halfway done with that if you.
I
all right,
can't
there.
help you.
I'm sorry, what?
I can't do it all.
You do need to help me. All right, I
need a
still need a
6.
blue. I need yellows, and I need 2s. I need green 2s, so that's useless
I
to
need
me.
2 and
I'm going
1.
to take this blue,
Okay.
and I could take a black. That would be great.
Okay. I could take. I need a 1 or a 3.
All right, well, that means we're going to leave, and you're going to lose that red immediately.
Okay. Well,
Well, yeah, so can we both take reds?
no.
No, okay,
Well,
well.
I could. I could take red, but can you take a red?
Yes. Yeah. No, I can't.
Okay.
All right,
I
well,
need a
I'm going
1
to
or
take what I want, so we have to reroll this, and you immediately lose your red, and I did not lose any 3s. Okay. Oops, I should be stacking these. Silly me.
Okay. So I need a 6. There's. Oh, okay. This one's.
Oh, shoot! Oh, I took an extra die I did not need last turn because I got confused.
Oopsie. Well,
All
I
right,
can't
so
take
I'll take a yellow,
This is done.
and what's the other thing? It's a green. Wait a minute, is this a 5 or a 2?
It's a 2.
I'm looking at it upside down.
It's
It's
a
a 2 to me. Is it a 2 to you?
It's a 2.
Oh, you sure? Yeah, it's not a 5. Okay, so, and all right, and I can't take either of these, so we're going to have to reroll both of these, and I lose this 3, and 1 I don't lose.
Okay.
All right, I don't lose this because if something's underneath something else, you don't lose it. And did you take a new one? Did you put a new one out? Come on, green
Something
2.
blue.
Oh, okay, so that meant as soon as you drew that, we had to lose blues. You didn't have any. Mine's locked in, so that's fine. Draw another one. All right, so, and you should take one. Okay, so I need a red, so I can finish this, and I need a yellow. Can you take anything?
I can.
If I can take this, that'd be great.
What's that?
That's a black. It's just a black die.
Black. Then that's all I can take.
2 or 4.
Yep.
But we don't have any greens, so that's probably fine.
Okay.
And it's a 2, so nobody loses a 2. That's great.
My turn.
All right, I think it's mine, but okay. We're down to 3.5 minutes. Come on, where is the green 2?
There's a 2.
I'm never going to finish this thing. So anyway, I need a red. I have no reds. I can't take anything.
Okay. Well, those are the 2 I can take.
All right, well, that means you're going to lose that green you just put. And 4s, nope. And 5s. I just lost a 5. I'll lose that one.
Your turn.
All right. Down to, oh, we're not doing very well, folks. This is killing me, this green 2. Why isn't this a, all right. I need a red. I can't take, or no, I can take a yellow. I can take either yellow.
Okay.
And I can't do anything about the others.
Okay. 4. Okay.
All right. Green 2! Green 2! And I need a red. I can't do the other one, so we have to reroll both.
I know.
All right, so roll them one at a time. And so I don't lose this 2 because it's locked in, but you did lose a 2.
lost this 2.
And then we lose a 4. You don't lose 4. All right, so we're done. I'm finished with this. All this
But I
goes in the
used my
box. I will take this. We are not doing well. Oh, and everybody loses a 3. And this is on top. Wait, no, this was finished.
No, it wasn't. You did
Yes, it
have
was.
4.
I have 3. I've done this. I think I've had this
No.
done for a while.
Oh.
I need 1, 2, 3. I did that a long time ago.
Awesome.
So anyway, so nobody had any 3s. We don't care about that. I need to take, and nobody has any yellows. We don't care about that. Does anybody have any 1s? You just lost your black 1. Does anybody have a 6? No. I didn't shuffle these very well. All right, and I need to take, they're all 4s. Oh my gosh, I'll just take that. I'm panicking. And 1, 2. All right, so what do I even need? I think I can do anything. So take whatever you need, and I'll take the rest.
Okay. Then that's it.
All right, and I will take number and right. So here we go. Yeah, done.
Okay. I need something black.
All right, I need a 2
I need
or
a
a
2
green
and
anything. I can take anything. I need a 2 or a green.
that's all that's
If
the
you don't
only
give me
one
that 2, I can't do anything at all. But it's your only thing you can take?
It's the only thing I can take.
All right, which means I'll just lose it. Well, either way, we're going to lose it if nobody takes that 5. You cannot take that 5.
I can't take it.
All right, well, I'll take it. And so, oh, no, I can take it. I can take that. And so that means 2 we didn't take. Because I need a yellow 1, so that means we lose. You lose your 3, and I don't have any 3s. And a 5. I just lost this 5.
Okay.
All right. 1 minute 16 seconds. Oh dear.
I get the red thing.
All right. I need a blue. Anything will do. And anything. I'll take that blue. I've finished this.
4 and a 1.
And so nobody can take that. Yes, I can.
Okay.
Right. So I just finished a dot.
Yay!
All right. So give me a.
4.
All right, so everybody that lost a 4 a while ago, that should have happened. All right, I'll just take that. This all goes in. We have 51 seconds. All right, I need a yellow 1, or I need pretty much any. I need a 1 of anything.
Nope.
Or, oh my gosh, I can't take anything.
Well, can you take?
I can red, blue, nothing. I can't take anything.
Okay.
None of those I can take. Take
That's
everything.
done.
All right, so nobody loses a black 5, and you lose 1 of those blues.
Okay. So I think it's my time.
All right, 25 seconds. And you should put a new one out.
Red.
All right, I need a green, I need a yellow.
Okay.
All right, and okay, cool. Oh my gosh. All right, I need a red and a number 1. If I have a number 1, I can finish, but I don't.
Okay. That's done.
All right, so unfortunately we have to
Wait,
re-roll
no,
both
I
of
can take
these.
something. Whatever it was, let me see.
There's what they were.
Okay, I'll take the 2.
All right, and so I lost a 1. Oh crap. You have to take a card, and we've run out of time.
Whew.
And we're feeling a bit sweaty.
Ship's destroyed.
All fired. All right, so that, folks, is Fuse. Now, we were playing at the standard difficulty level. We had 3 more cards. If we could have done, that means 3 more bombs.
Yep.
And I had a pretty easy one, and you had a pretty easy one, and that was an easy one, and this was a super easy one.
Yep. So it depends on how they come out.
Yep, didn't quite make it. But that is just a little sneak peek of what Fuse is all about. And now, if you'd like to watch us lose again, you can hit the little eye up in the top right corner of the screen, go to the extended playthrough, or you can go to Final Thoughts. Your choice in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Give me that pile of cards up there, would you? And I'll shuffle.
All right. Yeah. We should just redo the deck, but we'll just go with these again. Although, almost all that. Right, so we need 2. That's a 2 and a 4, and I get a 1 and a thingy, and then we need to have the 5 bombs out. All right, and then all these get shuffled back in because you can't draw fuses at the beginning during setup.
Okay.
Whew.
Everybody says boom.
Yeah, kaboom. I have to admit, normally we play on the training, but we've done really well. So I thought we were ready for standard. It would appear we are not. One thing we should certainly do is figure out what we need before we start the timer. That would be, I certainly did not do that. Yours are too far away. They need to be over here. And mine are, oh, whoops, no, these are way down here. Here we go. Oh no, this was, shoot, this all fit before. How does it not fit now?
Bib says, let's do that again.
We will do that again. We will lose again if we don't reduce the difficulty because we suck.
Someone says, I thought you had to complete all the bombs on the table.
No, that's a common misconception. This deck has to be emptied. And there can still be ones in this row, and those don't matter. The rules have a variant that says if you want to increase the difficulty, it has to be everything in the deck and everything that's on the table. But by default, that is not the case. Someone who asked that question. Like I said, it's a good question. I think it's a pretty common misconception about how the game plays. What was in this space?
The bag, I think, is where but we gotta have the bag accessible.
And there's I can put the thing right there.
If you want to.
Yeah, it gives me a little bit more room, actually. So, ink. Oh! I need to sit up straight. Where's that? Can you hand me that pillow? Sure. So I can just see over the dice box a bit better?
Yep.
Shanky. Okay, that makes sense to everybody? Is that all good? You ready for the extended?
Steve Ercolini says we need to use the Rahdo game bag, which stands up on its own.
That is certainly true, we could. But in all honesty, to me, I tend to think normally we never use the bags that come with games.
Nope.
We never do. We use the chicken cup, we use all kinds of things. But here we use the fuse bag because it's actually part of the challenge of the game. For me anyway, because my hand has a hard time getting in here, even though it's a really big bag. I mean, I think it would be cheating to use the chicken cup.
Yeah.
As an example, because it'd be so much easier to reach in and pull them out, whereas this does create a very, very tiny bit, effectively, of dexterity. I wasn't really paying attention. Did everything stay pretty much in frame while we did that? Could anybody answer that question? And that's also a good point. I mean, we'd have to work really, we'd have to like turn our heads away when we were looking, because you can just see everything in the chicken cup. If you're desperate for a yellow, you might be succumb to temptation. That's so much better to do that.
No.
Fuse
Paulo
bag.
says, Jen, tell Rahdo he's wrong in what he just said.
What I just said?
I don't know.
Well,
Paulo, what was he wrong about?
yeah, Paulo Renato.
Ye of the many corrections.
Yeah, yes. Fuse bag.
Paulo says that you have to clear all the bombs in line.
I don't think so. Let's see. Game end. Game ends in victory if your team successfully defuses the required number of bombs before the timer is out. Once the last bomb has been taken from the middle of the table, stop the timer and victory. You do, parenthesis, you do not need to clear the two. Oh! All right, yes. We have to clear all these out, but not the ones we've taken.
We have to clear.
So we have to clear the line. Yeah. So it has to be. Yeah. So it was kind of in between. I was halfway there. Fortunately, we didn't actually get to the point where we won. But I'll mention that in the extended that I kind of misspoke. I knew there was something weird about it, and you're right. It's not that. It's that the ones that are in front of us, those things just fuzzle on themselves. Yes. Luckily, the cards in front of you turn out to be duds. Oopsie doops. That's normally I would have taken the time to read this before playing, but I was just kind of going by our gut.
Okay, and Mike says that everything did stay in frame. So.
Thank you, Mike. All right. So, and I think so. You ready to go again, Honey Pie?
Yeah.
All right. The timer's
wait, they're suggesting we do training mode instead of.
Oh, really? Is that how it
Hey,
is?
what was that other bomb game we played?
Bomb Squad, where you played Hanabi and you had to
Yeah.
pick the cards and you program. That was Bomb Squad.
No. Where I was on one computer and I had to.
Oh, that's Keep Talking and No One Explodes. It's a video game, yeah.
Video game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun too.
Keep Talking and No One Explodes. Yes, lots of bombs in our life.
Not
Let's
the
see.
literal ones.
Do you want to try and knock it down to?
Well, it might be more fun for people to see us actually win. Even
All
if
right. Well, we have to redo the deck because what is it? Or no, actually, what is it? I think we have to take. Actually, all I gotta do is just take out 3 bombs. So we'll take out that bomb, and that bomb. So it's 3 fewer bombs, I think. Let me double check that. Yeah. All right. And then just reshuffle this again.
everybody thinks it's very funny that we're willing to get back on our training wheels.
Yeah. Yeah. We thought we were ready for the big leagues, but no, we were not. We were not. All right. Oh, this feels so much lighter already. Okay. Right. Slides are there. So you could reach everything, right?
Yep.
Okay. What time is it? Yeah, so we'll have time. All right.
4:19.
So we'll have like a 20-minute Q&A and then the launch will happen.
Okay.
And all right, you ready to have
I want the book.
I want some water. I wanted some water last time.
Okay.
That's why we lost, because I was parched. Parched, I tell you.
You're dehydrated and your brain
Yes.
wasn't working quite right.
And after that, I'm even more dehydrated, so I just sweated out most of my bodily fluids.
Somebody says they'd watch us do a stream of Keep Talking and No One Explodes.
That's a good idea. We could maybe do that for the next one. That would actually be a really good idea. I would be totally down with that. It's a really short game.
Paulo says, are any of those cards fuse cards?
Yes, there should be 6 in the deck. I will confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Paulo's keeping us honest.
Yep. I get no peace from the man. He even mocks my Spanish.
What Spanish?
I remember I had to do that little thank you thing in
Oh,
Spanish.
yeah.
Yeah, he said my Spanish was no bueno.
No bueno. Oh, dear.
He didn't actually say that. That's just me using more poor Spanish today.
My favorite Spanish word is uno más.
Uno más.
Yeah, one more. It's good for
Everybody, what's your favorite Spanish word?
margarita getting.
All right. Okay, I think we're ready. The feed is still good. Something approximating Spanish, let's just say. All right. So are you ready, Honey Pie?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I got the bag of dice.
Yeah, so you're going first?
Yep.
All right.
Hey, you guys, how did we do with back and forth thing? Did we, oh, you know what? If I ask that now, I'll have to wait 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So never mind.
All right. Ready? Hey everybody, welcome back to Fuse. We're going to go for it one more time, and I think we've learned our lesson. We're putting the training wheels back on, and we've gone back down to standard difficulty, which basically means we took 3 cards out of the deck. Also, I don't remember if I misspoke. I kind of talked about the end game a little bit wrong. Basically, the way it works, we have to keep going until all of these cards are out of the deck, off of this line, and over in front of us. Now, the final 2 cards are in front of us. We do not have to diffuse them. So, for all intents and purposes, we have to diffuse all the cards in the game except for 4.
Yep.
And, ready to go again, Honey Pie?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Give us the smarmy lady.
3, 2, 1.
Did you look
All right.
at
Hold on a second. You know what? I'm going to reset this because I'm actually going to figure out. Right. Let's actually look for a second. I've got this one. This is crazy hard. I need.
What is that?
I need. What's anything? Yellow 1. Anything.
Yeah.
And then this is 2 matching colors, 2 matching numbers. That's super easy.
Yeah, mine
You've got a fair bit of variety there, and then everything adds up to 11.
The stacking ones are the hardest because you have got to get the right order.
But they're also safer because once something's in there, if something's on top, it can't get lost.
True.
So, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
All right. I can take anything basically.
Okay,
So take
one.
stuff that's tough to do.
And I won.
All right, and I'll take this and this. Or it's a 3 and 3, and I've already got that done. All right. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, I can. Oh, I have
want
my
that.
hand. All right.
Done.
All right, and I'll just. What you got? What, no, you don't do it yet. You got to do your other thing first.
Done. What do you need? You need 2.
No, you have to take 2 dice, Honey Pie, and you have to take it before.
I did it. I finished
Right.
that.
I'm saying I guess I'm being a stickler, but there is a very specific order you have to do stuff.
Okay.
Now that you're done, you can go away. You can get a new thing, and we have to wait until you're done with that, and a new thing has to come out, and then we can go.
Okay.
So I know you're very excited because you're done.
am.
All right. I need a yellow one desperately, and otherwise I need matching colors.
I need things that don't match.
And if I can't get matching colors, I can't take anything. So I'm going to take one of these.
Oh, wait. What's that? Oh, no, I want that. Here, I want this.
All right.
I'm done.
All right, and I'll take that. And so this has to get re-rolled.
Okay, well, this
Oh,
is
wait, no, actually, no. Duh, I should have taken the red. And because now a 2, nobody loses any 2s. That's fine.
This is done.
So go ahead and reset.
Okay.
A new one comes out. You're rolling. Them bones. They
Okay.
interfered.
And-
All right, if I take this, I'm done.
Okay, good.
All right, and I need a yellow one. I can't. So I can't take anything now.
It's just 2. I've got things that are just not equal.
Don't do that because now
have
you have to re-roll this, and you're going to lose that.
I need things that are not equal. I cannot take 2 equal things.
And you can't do that. So, alrighty, then you lose your, you
One
can
or
lose
the
either
other.
one, your choice. All right. Oh, but I'm Juby, and that's gone, and I will take that one. All right, and skibbity-doo. All right, and it's my turn to roll.
Yes.
Whoa. Hey, yellow one. All right, I
Take what you
need.
need.
Yeah. All right. I'll take
I'll
a
take this
yellow
red.
and or no, if I take can you take the yellow? Can you
I
take
can
the
take
yellow?
a yellow.
Then
Which
take one,
Okay.
and I'll take a green. So put the red back.
No, I like the red.
Well, no, that we can't take. Oh yeah, okay. We just Okay, cool. Dur. All right. I need a red and I need a yellow one,
I need a blue.
and I need any one.
I need these 2. And I'm done.
All right. I'll take that, and I can't take the other, and that means I'm going to lose this, or I can lose that 6. I think I'll lose that instead. All right. And draw a new card.
I need a blue 5. Can you roll a blue 5?
No, I can draw not a yellow one. So I need this, and then I can finish a bomb.
Okay.
Okay, and then this.
Take it.
No, I mean. All right.
I need that, and these all have to be equal color.
This has to the numbers have to match here. The colors have to match there.
Okay, that's all I can take then. That's all I can take.
No, this can go here, and now that means this has to be a blue one.
Okay.
It makes that tougher to hit because now
I
you
need
have a very specific thing you got to do.
1 and a blue 5.
All right. But anyway, I finished this.
Okay.
so, yes, yoink. All right. All right. Yellow 1. No. All right. I need 6s and 2s and
can't
reds
take
and
any of
blacks. All right. And 6s and 2s. All right. And I'm going to lose that if you can't take anything.
I can't take anything.
All right. Well, and so you lose a 5 or a yellow, and I just lost this yellow and a 2. I lose green. Nope. All right. So that's fine. Come on, yellow 1. I hate you. All right. I need 6s. I'm going to take that
I want the
6. And I need a 2 or a red, so I can't take either of those.
I can't take him either.
Then we're going to lose some stuff. 6. I lose a 6. And a 2. Nobody loses a yellow or a 2.
Your
All
turn.
right. Come on. All right. I
need that.
Oh, I need that yellow 1 desperately. And now I can take anything in the universe.
Okay, take it both.
All right. Well, no, I can only take 2, so you have to take 1. You can't take anything?
I can't take
All right. Well, then that means I finish this, and we re-roll, and nobody loses a 4?
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
Right, so are you taking something?
I'm taking something.
And, I will take this big scary number 4. Probably shouldn't have done that.
I need that blue.
Oh,
Desperately.
everybody loses a
Done.
4. Nope, nobody has one. All right, and so I need blacks and reds and 2s and reds.
Can you have those two?
I can take that, but I can't take this. So you keep jumping ahead. So you just lost your.
Fine.
All right.
I don't know. You said when it's done, it's done.
No, but you cannot get rid of it until the turn is over, until you're handing the bag over. So I think it's your turn, but I'll roll. Right, so I need 2s. Nope. I need reds. Yup. And I need reds. So,
I'll take the 4.
all right, okay.
Oh, wait, no, there's this.
That's a 4, so no, I can't take it. So, no 2. Yep, okay, cool.
You have to lose that 6.
Because, oh, it was green?
Yep.
Yeah, dang it. All right. So I need a 2. I have no 2s. I have no 6s. All right, I do have 2. I'll take that.
I
And
need
so,
a 3.
well, all right. So you
Nope.
no 1s. I just lost that, and that's it. All right.
Your turn.
Arg.
Narg.
All
I need a
right.
4. Nope. I need
I need a
3s.
red,
I'll
and
take
I have
3s.
no reds, and there's no 6s. I can't take anything.
Okay, well.
So you
So
lose
lose a
a
2?
yellow.
No.
You lose a yellow.
Okay, and you lose a 2.
Yes.
And a 6.
And I just lose a black, so I've lost everything. Everything.
Damn it!
Language.
I said, damn it.
I start over from scratch. I'll take that. And
That's done.
right, I can't
take
without,
anything.
I can't take anything.
this is
So,
done. So,
right, so 3. I just lost my 3, and 2. All right, I have nothing, so there's nothing I can lose.
okay.
Put a new card out. Unbelievable. I have no reds, and I'll take this black,
By virtue.
and I can't take
Take
either
a
of those
5.
things. I can't take anything. So you have to roll that and lose that, and I lose nothing.
Okay. Oh,
Start over. All right.
need a 5 and a
I need a 2 and a 6.
I need that 2 and I can finish.
All right.
I know it has to be a green 2.
Yep, it sure does. And I can't. No reds. I can't believe we haven't rolled a single red forever.
Okay, well, here's
So
black.
reroll that, and I lose my thing. And you just rolled a 5. You just lost your
No,
5.
it was a 2.
You sure? All right.
think it
Okay.
was.
I think we just rolled a 5, but okay. No reds again. This is ridiculous.
I need a 6
I need a 6 as well.
or 2.
I need a red. So that's 3 things we can't take.
Yep.
We're.
No, it's 2 things.
I took 1 thing.
Oh,
That's 3
there's-
things we haven't taken.
Right. Okay, well, 5.
Yep. I lost my 5.
A 1.
Nope.
There's a yellow. And a 5. Well, I'm
We are
back
not
to
doing very well.
Our training wheels are broken.
No, yeah. I used to think we were good at this game, but apparently not. All right, I could use a 6 and a 5 and a red, and I can finish this. But I can only take 2.
Yep.
So,
I
I
can
c-
take the 5 or the 6.
well, I can take any of them.
Okay.
Take the one you need. All right, I'll take a 6 and a 6. All right.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And no reds again. I can't take anything
I
because
need
no reds
a
came
yellow.
up.
I need a 5.
I should have made this a red. That would have
and
been
a
smarter.
6. There we go.
But all right, so that
gonna
so you're
lose
gonna
that.
lose that 5, and nobody loses 3. I just lost a 2. Oh, I lost that 2 either way. Oh my God! No reds! This is insane!
I will finish that.
I would suggest digging around a little more next time. I can't take anything.
Okay.
So,
Well, this is done.
lose a 4 or a black. I just lost that. Lose. Yeah, alright.
Okay, so
There's gotta be reds in this bag! Finally. I need that. And I need...
you need a 2? You have
Yes,
a 2.
I definitely need a 2.
Okay, so I need a 4 and I need a 2 or a 4, but I can't do anything. If you give me that, I can take 2.
Alright. Then, a 5. You gonna lose a 5 or green? No, alright. I need a 2, I need a black, and I need a red. I can't take anything.
Okay, well I can take the 5 and I will take the blue.
2's lost, yellow's lost, 2's lost, green's lost. Unbelievable.
Something red or green.
This
for
is
me.
insane. No reds, again. And no 2's. I
done.
still can't do any, it's still 2.
And I can take that, so.
Alright, so we're going to reroll 1, and
4,
nobody loses
nothing.
a 4. You can
That's
kill a
done.
thing. Should be putting more stuff out. Lose a yellow, nobody cares. There should be lose a 6. Those are off the table. Did you lose a 6? I just lost my 6. Lose a 1. I just lost my 1. Lose a 3. Nope. Lose a blue. Nope. We're down to 41 seconds.
Okay.
And
We've only got to go do.
right, I have a red and a 2. I can finally do something.
There and there. Here's my
A
turn.
6. No! I can't take anything.
Okay, I can't take.
Then we have to...
Give me a second to look at.
We have 24 seconds.
Okay, well, it's all gone then.
You can't take any
I
of 4.
can't take it.
All right. Lose your blue.
I'm losing
All right.
a green.
Lose. All right. And somehow,
You
no,
lost
I
a
just
4.
lost a 4. Unbelievable. Red. I can't finish again.
Okay, I've got that one
And
done.
we have to re-roll.
Doesn't
All right.
matter.
Doesn't matter. We're at 1 second, and man, we suck. We really, really suck. I swear, folks, we have played this and actually won a few times. Thanks for nothing, smarmy lady. Oh, this is ridiculous. I spent the entire game with a level 2 difficulty. Half the game. Unreal. But that, folks, is Fuse. And now, if you'd like to hear some final thoughts, you can hit the eye from the top right corner of the screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oi! What?
We're getting the boomies again.
It's... I don't know what the boomies is.
The boom, the kabooies.
Oh, I see, yeah.
The bomb's going off.
Wow, that was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And Paula knows, this is actually the second time we filmed the run-through, and the time we filmed before, I made a really stupid mistake that made the game 10 times harder on us, and yet we still almost won. So we should have been able to win the last time easy, but this time, I don't know what. We just were not, coordinating, I think. We were just too busy focusing on our own stuff, I guess, because that was awful.
It's still fun.
Yeah. But awful. All right.
Uh-oh. Paul says, because you were cheating. That's why you won before.
But we were cheating in such a way that it actually made it harder for us. And yet somehow. So, I don't know. That was pretty sad. Pretty sad. Bye-bye, smarmy lady. Okay. That's it, folks. We are done playing games for the day. Yeah, live. I mean, there is a bit more pressure when you know that there are people actually just sitting there staring at you, second-guessing every single thing you do. I will not deny. Stage fright probably did play into it. Oh, okay, I'm going to turn off the cameras and let the Q&A begin. And you can scroll back if you want to see if there's previous Q&A.
Oh, gosh. I don't even know how. I guess it's only 10 minutes, isn't it?
Well, probably nobody was asking questions while we were filming. Hi, everybody. Well, in about 20 minutes, or 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, the live Kickstarter will begin. And we'll just bring the computer, we'll put it on the camera and whatnot so you can all see it, start. But has anybody asked any questions? Still no questions.
No.
Maybe people are bored with us. Maybe they've got nothing more they need to know. Who knows?
Why do you think you'll enjoy Star Trek Frontiers more than Mage Knight?
Because the theme, no two ways about it, that's going to, both Jen and I are hardcore Trek fans. Actually, okay, I am the hardest, well, I'm not hardcore, I've never put on a costume, I've never actually been to a convention, but whatever is one step removed from that, that is the hardcore level of my own fandom. I think Jen is probably pretty close to matching that as well.
You're not on mic, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's this mic is picking up everything.
Okay.
So, honey, how much of a Star Trek fan are you?
I'm a pretty big fan. I'm
Yeah.
not a total geek, but I'm pretty big.
Right. Well, you've watched every single Star Trek that has ever aired, every single movie. You have watched all of it.
Yeah, that's
So most people haven't done that. So anyway, the theme is a big, big deal. And then also, I actually talked to a guy, one of the demoers at Gamma, and I wish I could remember all the stuff he told me. But there were about 5 bajillion things that have been added to the game that make it much more streamlined and approachable. Not much more, but I mean, all that stuff combined, I means we're going to fall in love with it. And Jen's walking away.
I'm just getting my tea now that we're...
All right. Let's see. No, there's no, you don't have to ask questions elsewhere. I just ask them all right here. Because we know the secret trick of, come here you, of Control A, Control C, and then paste into Notepad, so we don't have to worry about the stupid scrollies, which are such a pain. Alrighty. So, now that I've got that on, while people are coming up with new questions, I will just scroll back and look for old questions if I can actually double click. There we go. And I will do a Control F to find anything with a question mark on it. What do the fuse cards do? Well, hopefully you saw that in the run through. So, player can only take 2 dice. That's still fuse questions. Do you lose color and a number? Ready, everyone? Again! All right, obviously I've gone way back. Keep on going. Why didn't they put the 3 on the card on their left? I'm going to answer that question. It's probably because we're stupid and we didn't see it, because we were totally panicking. Let's see here. Color number. Ready, everyone. So you don't have to complete the other ones on the table, just to empty the deck. Yep. Again, I just noticed the old wine glass is back. What? Oh yes, yeah. Our old table is back. The new table, the Geek and Son table has gone to a very good home. There's a war gamer, a hardcore war gamer, who is moving to Malta in a few months. He came out and visited. He saw it, and Geek and Son sold it to him, and I think it'll be happier there. I'm actually really happy. I mean, we loved that table. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
But we really do love this glass table, and more than anything else, we don't want to have to be burdened with owning a big gigantic piece of furniture. Here in Malta, we don't own any of the furniture in this flat, so it's really quite nice to have a, well, I don't know, Jen can answer this for herself, but for me, I really like having, for lack of a better term, less possessions, I guess you'd say. But the Geek and Son guys, they were so happy with all the coverage we gave us that they basically have made a pledge. Whenever we want, we've got a table they're going to make for us. Because the thing is, too, we might move back to England someday. Our house in England was so tiny, it could have never fit that table.
We had a little tiny...
But, we might be moving back to the States in the next few years. We just don't know, and we didn't want to have a big, gigantic table that we owned. It's nice to stay light and stay mobile. Will the extended... All right, so that's still fuse questions. Did you just take off? So what happened with the gaming table? I just eventually talked about that. Spanish word for so-so, masa-maso. Where? So there isn't much of a point of trying to figure out which card from the line you should take because you have to do them all anyway. There is a point to that if you're playing smart because you want to take a card from the line that doesn't conflict with the card you already have. If you already have a card that desperately needs a yellow, then don't take another card that desperately needs a yellow because then, try and take a card that plays well. And I'll be honest, that's probably, we were just grabbing the first thing we could grab, and I have to admit, I couldn't really see over the dice straight, so I was just kind of... Also, if you have a really easy card, take a hard card, because they're all labeled on difficulty. If you have a really hard card, take an easy card. So there's a bit of strategy that goes into, but you only have 10 minutes, so... All right, let's see. Did Jen do the last card right? I thought it was a match number. I'm going to call her a cheater. Does anyone have a link to the RRT Kickstarter that is coming up shortly? Wilson, that would be http://2016.rahdo.com. It's also in the show notes of this very video. Do they each need to take 2? What, honey pie? Oh, you just want to... Oh, hello.
See the Tula.
Hey, everybody. It's the Tula-Loo. Out of the way, Cable. It's Tula! All right. In a 2-player game, everybody takes 2. With more players, you take 1 at a time. Are we ready? Let's see. Why do you think you'll enjoy StarCraft? Played a Gamma. I didn't get to play the Gamma, but I talked to a guy for like 10 minutes, and like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that I think. Actually, I have to admit, I really liked Mage Knight. The first time I played it solo to teach myself, and I thought it was a blast. I thought she was going to love it too. She hated it. She could not stand it at all. So that's a large part of why we got rid of it. But I think with all the streamlined stuff, she'll enjoy it a lot more. Plus, it's Star Trek. Is it worth owning them both? That I can't say, because I haven't played it. Why isn't Kingdom Death for you and Jen? Actually, I'm really intrigued by Kingdom Death. I've watched Nick's videos of it. It looks really, really cool. A lot of really neat concepts in there. But I don't want to have to construct a bunch of my own pieces. That's not particularly attractive. And, the cooperative nature, even though we're only 2 players, you'd have to control 4 characters. So that's another thing we're generally not really big fans of. Let's see, we don't need all these cables in here either because we're done with that and that. Just make it a little bit, well, all right, that's still hanging. That's fine. So, I mean, it's just a combination. I'd love to play it. I love the ideas in it. It seems like a very big, ambitious thing. What's the best game? When is the best of 2015 update coming? It'll come this month, definitely. And I might be rethinking myself now, but Fuse made it. Fuse is definitely, in spite of our absolutely abysmal showing, we really like it a lot. And I forget which the other one is. There was one more that pushed its way in. I'd have to look it up, but it'll be coming this month. Which game would be better if it was made in real time? Honey Pie, think of a game that you really enjoy, and now imagine playing it in real time.
No.
So none would be the answer?
No, I don't like real-time games in general. There's
Do you like Fuse?
Mm-hmm. There's Fuse and Escape.
Yeah. Yeah. And it basically...
and Garbage Trucker, Galaxy Trucker.
Galaxy Trucker, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Seems like there's another one. There's one where...
Yeah.
There's one more, but we play so many games, it's hard to sift through my mind of what actually the
I
play
agree.
style was.
For me as well. Yeah. I think to be a good real-time game, it has to be designed like that from the ground up. I mean, I could imagine a real-time Agricola, but it wouldn't be Agricola anymore. It would be a game that has an Agricola theme, but is a radically different game.
Yeah, so what's going on with the Cthulhu pandemic thing? That's my question.
Are you I'm sorry, are you asking a question?
Yeah.
Save that question until there's a lull.
Okay.
Can you give us your opinion, final thoughts on the different games you played at the Dice Tower Marathon? Well, if I can remember them. Nitwit was the first one. I thought that was really, really clever. I really enjoyed it, and I think there's just a huge an oversight in the rules. The rules need a clarification because the whole, just figure it out as you go. I mean, the fact that somebody, I forget what it was, Blue Electric, and they said RC car, remote control car. Because yes, of course, in the annals of history, somebody has made a blue remote control car. But I think that's totally wrong and completely defeats the spirit of the game. The rules should clearly say that whatever you choose, the word you choose, it has to be iconically, it has to iconically be that color. Like if there was... like red and fat, or hairy and red, you would have to say, Santa Claus. You couldn't just say Italians, because you know what? You might have one time in your life had seen some Italian wearing a red shirt who had a beard, and you can say, yeah, boom, I've got it. And the whole fact that people can then thumbs down. I would have liked to see a little bit more structure in that game, but otherwise I thought it was really, really clever. Then we played Carson City, and I love Carson City, and I really liked Dungeon Fighter at the end, and I think Jen would too. I don't know if it had legs for us, but I really enjoyed it. And then we played We played Resistance a couple times. We played the Murder in Hong Kong. Those were all very neat, and I'm glad I got to play them because now I know I don't think I want to play hidden role game or hidden role trader games anymore because I thought they were cool, I thought they were clever, but I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the pressure of being the one. Although also I will say, for my 2 games I played, or maybe it was 3, I forget how many we played, of Hong Kong Deception or Murder, Deception in Hong Kong, or whichever, the really, really hot hidden trader one is, it takes Mysterium but puts in a trader. I think Mysterium is 10 times better in that game. I think what is not a fault in Mysterium, the fact that you can get a card flop that makes it blatantly obvious what the clue giver is trying to do, that's fine in Mysterium. But in Murder in Hong Kong, or whatever that one's called, it really breaks the game because, yeah, you just get screwed. There's nothing you can do. That's what happened to me. I got dealt evidence cards that were like lipstick and a dress and, something else that was blatantly, clearly shouted lady. And then the first clue card was, oh, lady. And then there was nothing me and my accomplice could do for the rest of the game. I instantly lost. The second that card came out, there was no way anybody could talk anybody out of that. And, in Mysterium, hey, that means, oh, we got a lucky round. We can move on. In this game, it means, yeah, this whole session, might as well quit right now. It's impossible. So I think that's a little, but, let's see, that's what I remember, anyway, off the top of my head. DDD. More question marks. What you thought of the old table? Honey, do you miss the old table?
Sometimes, because it's really nice to be able to cover up the game and have dinner. I mean, since he's been back, he was away for a couple of weeks. I mean, this table has been covered with games and assortment of stuff.
If we turn the camera around 180 degrees, it is a no man's land of just game detritus over there. And it was so awesome just to be able to say, oh, well, here's the game that's in progress, just cover it up.
Yep.
And we have it, and we've lost, we no longer have a dining room table anymore, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
So you miss it.
I do miss it.
So do you want to call Geek and Sun and have them send us one?
Well, I think we need to figure out what we're doing.
We need to settle down.
Yeah.
We're rambling. We're ramblers. I'm a rambling man. Made a lot of stops all over the world. And every... No, all right. Honey, your favorite Star Trek series?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. Wow, you're just jumping right into it.
I know. I want to just say, because I want to support the only female captain there was.
Oh, all right.
So I really like Janeway. But of course, then you've got Enterprise, which had, the Beagle.
Yeah.
So,
favorite one has to be the only one that has a beagle. Come on, folks. Yeah. I mean, look what's in this lady's lap. So is that it? Is that our final answer? Enterprise? The internet will explode at you.
I did really enjoy it, actually. I thought that was really good. I enjoyed that show. But I like Deep Space Nine. I certainly like the new characters, the new Kirk and everybody. Yum, yum, yum. It's difficult.
You're taking a long time to get to Next Gen.
Well, of course I like Next Gen, too.
But you didn't even mention it until I just called it out.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, here's a trickier thing. Can you rank them? I'll let you think about it. I'll rank mine. For me, it's easy. I don't even have to think twice about it. Definitely, original series.
Really?
Of course.
Oh, no,
Easily. Original series, followed by, it's really, really close, but I think 2, 3, and 4 actually, I said it was easy, and then I lied. Okay, original series, followed by, because of the final season, it was so amazing, I'm going to say Enterprise. The first season was crap. The second season was very, very good, and the third season was some of the best Trek that has ever happened. And just based on the third season alone, I'm going to put it in my number 2 slot. In my number 3 slot, I will put Deep Space Nine. In my number 4 slot, I will put Next Gen. In my number 5 slot, I will put Voyager. And that's not a slight on Voyager. I liked it too. But anyway, so Honey Pie? Did I forget anything? Oh, the animated series. Oh, this is a real slam. I will put animated series in the 5th slot and then Voyager in the 6th slot.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know. But it's a great show. I mean, but it also represented the worst of the next-gen, slow, static, staid, lack of passion, which is what next-gen typified. Next-gen fundamentally changed what Star Trek meant, and Deep Space Nine and Enterprise brought it back. Brought back the passion, brought back the drama, brought back the action, as did the J.J. Abrams verse. Everybody who says the Star Trek Enterprise and or Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek whatever, number 11. Aren't Trek is they're people who were raised on Next Gen, and Next Gen to me almost ruined Star Trek. And that's not to say there weren't amazing. There are 4 lights, and the Guiding Light episode. I mean, there were some amazing, wonderful, some of the best Trek ever. But on the whole, I'm just not pleased with what Next Gen did to Star Trek. Anyway, honey, you're not going to answer? You're going to stick with?
Actually, I think original Kirk is probably my lowest.
Yeah, it's fine. It's understandable. I mean, I'll admit. I mean, in part, it's because I grew up on it, so it has a huge nostalgia factor for me. But at the end of the day, one, it is by far the most important of all these shows.
Yeah, because of all the things that it was talking about.
Yeah, because it pushed so many boundaries. Yeah. And again, it created the template. I mean, the holy trinity of Spock, Bones, Kirk, but all the characters were absolutely phenomenal. There has never been any show that has any characters as good as even the minor characters in the original series are leaps and bounds above everything that's come afterwards. And again, there's passion, there's excitement, there's drama, and there's big, weighty, heavy things being done. I mean, but anyway, we've spent enough time on Star Trek. Let's move on, I guess. But man, I love Trek. Honey, how big are the ogre earrings?
Oh, they're quite small.
Quite small.
I'll get them so that people can see them.
What game she's getting them. What game am I most looking forward to that I saw at Gamma? Well, it would be Star Trek. It would be either Star Trek Frontiers or Pandemic Call of Cthulhu. Or Reign of Cthulhu, I think it's called. Right, okay, and that's it from everything I copied and pasted, so now I need to copy and paste everything again and get a whole bunch more questions.
Okay, so
copy. Let's see, and what did I say? Most looking forward to. You saw at Gamma. Oh, go away. Stop it. All right. Cancel. Cannot. Yes, I know. Cancel. All right. And Jen's trying to. Why don't you put them on?
Well, is it here? Is it this one? It is. Okay. Here they are. Hello. So they're quite reasonably sized. How about that? If I was to hold them up to my ear, sort of that size. I don't like big heavy earrings because I just don't like wearing them. So I don't make big heavy earrings.
Honey, what was the first video game that you and I played together?
First video game?
Yes.
God.
Yeah, you should know it.
It's
pretty much what you think it would be.
Street Fighter?
Yep, Street Fighter 2. No, that's not true. I forget what, Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers from the NES. You may remember it. It was a game about 2 little Eskimo characters, and they basically it was a game where we were just like we're constantly climbing up and up and up, and you don't even remember it at all. And Bubble Bobble after that, and then and probably a couple other of those. There was like this brief run of cooperative platformers on the NES, and I think we played most all of those. Right. Oh, and what was the first board game? That would be Pandemic. How do you feel about deck builders? Love them.
Yeah, really like Dominion.
Yep.
We used to play Magic.
Well, that's not a deck builder officially. A deck builder is you build the deck while you're playing.
Okay.
I think there's some other official term for what Magic is. Where is the gaming table? I already answered that a little while ago. What happened to the gaming table? I asked that a little while ago. What would be your stretch goal? What would be your stretch goal for the Kickstarter? They're already listed. And in all honesty, haven't really thought about what to do beyond the ones that are already listed. Well, I have thought about it, but haven't made any decisions. Right, and let's see. What do you think? Do you think there's a lack of journalism in board gaming? Well, there's Eric Martin, and since he's the only one, and by journalism, I'm talking about somebody who literally makes their living, feeds and clothes his children and pays for his mortgage based off of games journalism. I think Eric Martin might be the only guy in the world who does it. Actually, there might be some people in Europe who do it as well. But that said, I don't think board gaming is big enough that it needs full-time professional journalists at this point. Let's see. And this is our old table that we had. We shrunk it down and put it in the back room, and it's now come back out. It's not our table either. This table belongs to the flat. On a rough scale, how many hours a week do we play board games? We've answered that before. And we actually did the numbers, just like 15 or 20.
Somewhere in there.
Something like that. When is the best time to visit Malta, Honey Pie?
Oh, October is definitely the best month.
October!
October's great. Actually, April's usually pretty good, although this year's a bit weird climatically, so...
Yeah.
I would still say October. And for some reason, Essen is always in October.
Yeah, we always have to leave during Jen's favorite month.
Yep.
How was my time in the U.S.? It was great. I had a wonderful time with the Dice Tower gang. They were very gracious and funny, and just fun to play with. I had, Jason was wonderful. He put me up in his house. I met his parents, and yeah, I had a great time with that. Gamma was fun. Jen and I, we've been to Vegas so much that it's not really a big deal to us to go to Vegas. I mean, I've pretty much seen everything. If the Star Trek experience is still there, I definitely would have gone to that. It's so sad that it's gone.
Oh, that was so awesome. We actually stayed in the Star Trek hotel.
Yeah, in the Hilton. I think, was that the Hilton? Whichever one, yeah. We stayed there and went out and had breakfast at Quark's every day. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing.
It was awesome. And they all were in character. It was just so cool.
Yeah, very sad. So, and Vegas was okay. And again, oh my gosh. Dan, I can't remember his last name, who put me up. It was one of the co-organizers of MeepleCon. That was great. MeepleCon was a wonderful little convention. And then finally, it was really good to see my mom again. Even though, it was surprising to do it back to back, because I just saw her in December. November, December. I was there into early December. And I wasn't expecting to see her again for another year, maybe 2. But then, thanks to Tom, to be able to just zip right back and spend more time with her and help her out, was just absolutely fantastic. So I'm just incredibly thankful, again, to Tom for making that possible. Let's see. Do you have a single night dedicated for gaming? We almost never play games at night. Yeah. We very rarely play games past 5 or 6 o'clock because, Jen really starts to shut down. And for me, there have been several games in the past where I'm so excited. Okay, let's play this tonight. I know you're going to love it. It's like, oh, I don't like this game at all. And I know she would have liked it. So, anything that's even moderately heavy. At the end of the day, Jen spends her whole day doing big, heavy, complicated calculations and trying to juggle 1.5 billion things in her head. She's doing it all the time. So, to do it in the evening when she's ready to shut down and just watch some telly, it's just not
or go
viable.
For a nice walk with the Beatles.
So we pretty much, like I said, we don't play games past 5 p.m. or give or take. Really light games. We would play Fuse in the evening. We'd play something like that. Would you do more videos of the Dice Tower? As I've said many, many times, I'm the biggest fan of the Dice Tower, and I always have been. I absolutely love those guys. I love the show. I love what Tom does for the industry. I was really kind of bummed. I wanted to be on the podcast as well, but it just didn't work out timing-wise. So yeah, I would love to. More questions for Jen, by the way. Or do another review with Joel Eddy? Yeah, I'd love to do. I think all those guys are great. I have a fun time talking to them about games. Was going to Gamma worthwhile? It was neat. I'm glad I went. But for me, it was a week-long layover. I was just flying from Florida to Washington State. Spend time at the Dice Tower, and then spend time with my mom. And when I looked it up online, and I saw, okay, here's how much it's going to cost to fly direct, and then I noticed it's going to cost like $200 left to connect through Las Vegas. Because then people told me when I got there, the city of Las Vegas subsidizes the airlines to stop there, even for just layovers. And so then, okay, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well time this whole thing so I can go to Gamma. And it was neat. I'm glad I went, but I'd have to say no, because if I owned a game store, yeah, because that's what it's there for. If you don't own a game store, or if you're not actually trying to make money off the production or sales of board games, I would say no. It was neat. I'm glad I went though.
Karthik says his alarm just rang.
Whoa! It's 5 o'clock. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Karthik. All right, let's come back to that in a second. Alrighty. Come here, you.
Wait a minute, were you going to turn the camera around or something?
I'm going to put that right here, and come back over here.
Okay, your computer does say 4:59.
Whoop!
So you got
all right.
A couple seconds anyway.
So, all right, there it is. I don't even know if you can see. Oh, it's unfortunate. There's the little. Well, it's fine. All right, is it 5 o'clock? We're going to press the continue to launch. 4:59. 4:59. I don't know. I haven't done this for a year, so I don't even remember what happens.
Like my computer says it's 5:01. I don't know why yours is 2 minutes.
All right, let's go on ahead
its
and
own time zone.
Continue to launch. Ready to launch? A few important reminders. Blah blah blah. Launch. Please accept our rules. I do not accept your rules. I reject your rules. Where's the accept? I've read all these very important rules. Everybody, you've read these rules, right? Okay, I accept. Launch. And
here we are.
There we go. Congratulations, your project is live. Drum roll, the URL. The countdown begins. You know what to do. Tell people about it. Good luck, Kickstarter.
Why didn't they say good luck, love Kickstarter?
Because they don't love us.
Oh.
And there we go, folks. And boom, 2 backers, $265. Just like that. Wow.
Thank you. Oh,
$525. Oh my goodness. How about I put this right side up? Oh, that's a smart idea.
We were just giving you some calisthenic workouts to get on your headstands.
Oh, let's see. So there we go. It is on like Donkey Kong.
Woohoo! Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody. We very much appreciate all the help, of course. Let's just leave that there for a little bit. Come back on ourselves. If I can find the little draggy thing. No, I can't. Oh, all right. That'll do. There we go. Yeah. All right, so. But this is where I was reading all the questions. All right, and we're up to $2,800.
Wow.
That's the fastest $3,000 I ever made.
I guess so.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane.
Well, what I want to know is, are people going for ogre dice?
What's that?
Are they going for ogre dice?
Oh, well, we can see what they're doing. You can scroll down, but of course we won't know because they'll have to tell us afterwards what they actually want.
I bet all of the director things that go first.
Everybody thinks that. Everybody's going to want to be a director. But I went back and, there were several people who said, aren't you worried that you're going to be drowning in directors and whatnot? And it's like, do you just really want to be able to choose one game when you could have a cool bag, or you could have ogre dice, or you could have meeples, or you could have a t-shirt? Why would you get to choose one game that I will film over the course of the year when you can have all these cool things?
I agree.
Don't get me wrong. There are more people who do director, that's just more money into our pockets because we don't have to pay shipping or anything like that.
This isn't updating it.
Oh, is it?
It says 0 backers on all of the categories.
All right, well, let's just hit,
38
well, maybe, maybe it's just the top that updates. So you just hit refresh, and, okay, yeah. Well, so apparently just the top part updates. Oh, cut off notepad. I just want word wrap on. All right, but anyway, so we are live, folks. It's crazy, very exciting. I can't believe that was that fast.
Yeah.
I kind of would assume something like that was going to happen, but still, it's pretty amazing.
Yay.
Let's see.
Okie dokie.
So.
Well, that is all very exciting.
All right.
So let's go back to the questions.
I'm going back to the questions, although I've got to scroll back down because I switched over to your computer now, so that we can just keep watching the craziness. The wonderful craziness, absolutely. I don't mean to sound dismissive. It's just incredible. Let's see. Oh, all right. So we haven't seen that question yet. Let's scroll back up. Was Gamma worthwhile? There's that question. Okay, cool. So, next question. I saw your Santorini playthrough. That was the little building block game.
Yeah.
Seems like an awesome game. Thanks. How well do you think the gods are balanced? The reality is, we don't play games enough to really say. We played that, it's so short. I think we played it like 4 or 5 times, and then I did the run-through. Every time we tried a different combination of gods, and every time it felt like, well, that was on me. It never really felt. Now, it's interesting about that. I'm really surprised they changed. The original rules that have been in place for that game for 15 years is, at the start of the game, you pick 3 random gods, you put them on the table, and then both players simultaneously point to the god that they want. And they could both point to the same god. So if you feel that, hey, that god is overpowered, choose him. If the other player feels that, then they can choose them as well. And honestly, I think that was actually a really good system. I'm not quite sure why they changed it. Hi, Dabberdoo. Come to join us. Good pop. Yes. So I'm not sure why they made that change, but if you're really worried about it, play the way the rules originally were instead of doing the simple card draft thing they do. But honestly, like I said, that game's been around and has been played actively for like over a decade. So I'm willing to bet it's had enough time in front of enough playtesters that all those gods are relatively balanced. But I'm the last thing from an expert. Let's see, Control F. Back to finding question marks. A single night dedicated for gaming. No, we don't play games at night, and we don't have a single day either. We do tend to play games more during the weekend, which is silly because, we just can't break. 30-year professional habit of, we work during the week and then we play during the weekend. I mean, we never watch movies on weeknights. It's so stupid. We could totally do that, but no. You watch movies during the weekend. That's the way it works. Poor Dob. I don't know if you guys can see it. She's got her snaggletooth. She recently lost her top fang. She's an old girl. So now, often when she closes her mouth, her bottom canine or whatever it is, fang, catches her tooth. So she goes around with like an Elvis sneer all the time now. Actually, I think it's kind of funny. It's just another little quirk of a very old lady. Let's see. Back to the Q and the A. Find next. How's your time in the USA? Oops. All right. Oh, I've somehow jumped backwards. Right. Right. There's the Santorini gods. And then, any interest in getting Battle for Souls 2nd edition? We really like Battle for Souls. So, yeah, I haven't really looked into what's new in it, but it's a great game. I don't know if you remember. It's the one where you're the side of the devils, I'm the side of the angels. We're on either side. There's the souls, and we're playing cards, and we're playing like we really liked it. So yeah, I think it'd be great. Honey Pie, of all the glass items that you make, what is your favorite?
God.
And while you think about that, I'm going to get some water.
At the moment, I'm really having a good time with the ogres.
Are you hoping those sell a lot?
Yeah.
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 You enjoy making them?
Yeah, they're fun. I think, I probably don't, of all time, my favorite thing to make are the Wit-Wit. Because I really let the glass tell me what it wants to be and just kind of go with it. And so it's really nice as a flow experience to just kind of let the glass be what it wants to be, as opposed to molding it to my will. So yeah, I'd say Wit-Wit probably are my favorite things to make.
Well, we seem to have stalled at around 5,000. And we got 14 days to go, so I'm not worried. But I guess that means we can go on ahead. And if there's any exciting updates, you guys want to see more of Dob.
Yeah.
Dob, do the lip curl. Oh, Jen fixed your lip. Well, if you yawn, it'll get messed up again. Alrighty, back to the Q's and the A's. Find next. I love the Project Elite. I loved the Project Elite. Yeah, we really liked that. That's another real-time game. Remember that was the one we got the prototype. It was the little aliens, and it was surprising that you liked it because you were running around with a gun shooting the aliens, and they were all moving in, and we had to rush out and do a bunch of stuff. And it was a lot of dice rolling to be able to move.
I'm thinking of the one where we had to go up levels.
Oh, no, but that wasn't real time. I mean, he was just mentioning another real-time game that we've liked.
Okay.
And, I mean, yeah, we did like it. Project Elite, that was another really good one. Although we don't have the final one because we're waiting until all the mini stuff gets worked out. So it was just... and honestly, because I just didn't... I mean, I could have gotten an earlier one because I know Konstantinos, the guy behind Artipia, he's going to send everybody who bought one new proper minis. I just didn't want him to have to incur that additional cost. So I'll wait till the final one is done. Let's see. How many games are needed for you to do a top 10 cooperative dungeon crawls with character progression? I guess there had to be 10. Have you played Shadows over Camelot? Yes, we played it once many years ago, and we tried it as a 2-player game, and it's a terrible 2-player game. So that's our total experience with it. What Fantasy Flight game, apart from Middle-earth Quest and Legends of Andor, is the closest to you and Jen liking them, and what's missing? Well, I think you just mentioned the only 2 Fantasy Flight games we actually like. I think. You won't even know. Elder Sign could have, but I mean, well, for all the reasons I complained about in our final thoughts, it's just not. If it's a proper, Runebound. We actually like Runebound quite a bit. So, boom. I'm hoping actually to try the new revised version of it this month. In fact, Runebound would be the answer to that question. As a Kickstarter backer. If a Kickstarter backer lived near enough to Malta, would you consider... if you want to do an in-person co-host, that'd be fantastic. Easier for me, totally. If somebody wants to back at a co-host level and you're planning on vacationing in Malta anyway, let's totally make that happen. That's a great idea. Let's see. Honey, do you have the pyramids, or the pyramites, for Lucky Dip rewards?
No, because they're not really Lucky Dips. That's something I have to make up special.
Oh yeah, you don't have a bunch of those lying around. You
No.
only ever make them on
When people,
demand.
Yeah, need them. So
Yeah.
I guess I have some original pyramites that were part of the development process, but it would be a very eclectic collection.
All right. What next? Would you do a top 10 karaoke list where you sing your favorite songs? I would do that, but I think it would break everybody's computer.
And I did karaoke for my 21st birthday and was quite inebriated.
And never again?
Never again.
You sang When I'm 64.
Yeah.
I was not there, but I heard about it afterwards how mortified you were. That you thought you were going to nail it, and...
I mean, how can you not nail that song?
It's an easy song.
I know, I didn't do very good.
No.
They didn't invite me back up.
I think that would be a fun, but for whatever reason, the voters always... They always skipped whenever any kind of pop culture thing like that would come up. They always said no, so don't think it'll happen. Enterprise, ARG. There it goes. It begins, honey. Enterprise is a favorite Trek.
Well, it had a beagle.
It had a beagle.
Really.
What can you do?
What more can you ask?
Porthos. Do you like Roll Through the Ages, the Iron Age, more than Roll Through the Ages, the Bronze Age? If so, why? I have a unfortunately checkered history with Roll Through the Ages, the Iron Age. It was at Essen. They were selling it in Essen, Germany, at the convention. And I went up and asked them, hey, what about the Mediterranean expansion? How about that? And they said, sorry, that only went to Kickstarter backers. No one will ever be able to get... No, that's not what they said. They said... Oh, it's been so long. But basically, they said something that convinced me that, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll just get this. Oh, because I would eat... No, it was because, don't worry, you'll be able to get... We're going to sell those later, separately. And then it turns out they never did. But then they turned right around and started packaging them, the Mediterranean expansion. And so suddenly, I was stuck with a bum version of Iron Age where we could never use the Mediterranean expansion ever. And I have to admit, that kind of ticked me off so much that I traded it away and I've never looked again. Just because I was not happy with that. So that's what happened there. I think we did play it once, but I can't even remember because I was just so kind of ticked off about the whole thing. When was the last time you and Jen played Escape? We played it not too long ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly played the zombie one.
No, we haven't played the zombie one for a while, but we did play regular Escape within the last 6 weeks, I would say. My wife and I got that after watching your playthrough, and it was a good choice. Yeah, we don't play it much anymore. We used to play it a lot. Probably played that well over 50 times. I couldn't say what the top limit is. We haven't played it for a while, and we did get it out recently and played it. Let's see. What was the first time you and Jen played Escape? Oh, when was the last time? Oh, that's right. That's the question I just answered. Anything has replaced Escape? Well, at this point, we would play Fuse over Escape, quite frankly, if we want to sit down and play it real time. Just because I love Escape, but Escape has a lot of setup. It's really...
Yeah, you got some expansion for Escape. That was why we played it just recently.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's whenever the new expansion came out. Yes, it was the Quest one. Yeah, we played it for that. Yeah. And it was great. And those are all really wonderful. The problem with Escape is it takes a long time, a relatively long time to set up for what is at its heart a 10-player game. And, that's why I think Fuse...
You just said it's a 10-player game.
A 10-minute game. Fuse, which, of course, is a 10-minute game, but has about 30 seconds set up, it just... So that's kind of my issue with it. I mean, if we play Escape, we have to sit down and play it for 3 or 4 times. But we still absolutely love it. It just needs a faster setup. Let's see. What animals are found in nature in Malta?
Lizards.
Yeah, not very many. There are no coyotes. There's no prey animals. There's rabbits.
Yep, definitely rabbits.
Rabbits, lizards.
Rats, of course.
Rats. And lots 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 of stray cats and stray dogs.
Yep. Well, not so many stray dogs, because the SPCA does a really good job with it. But there's feral cat colonies here all over the place.
Yeah, literal colonies. It's something.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot of wild birds that use Malta as a stopping over point, which is, lovely. But unfortunately, the hunters discourage that. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I mean, we have hedgehogs here, but I think that they're imported.
Snakes.
Yeah.
I saw a snake on a road once. A few years ago.
We had the snake in the back garden at one time.
Oh, right, yeah.
The chickens alerted us to.
Yes.
A lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs, a lot of big bugs. A lot of mosquitoes. Only thing I really don't like about Malta is there are mosquitoes here. Alrighty, gasp! Did he just say that Next Generation ruined Star Trek? I believe I did.
I don't think it did. I like.
And obviously that's an exaggeration for effect, but and as I said, Star Trek Next Gen did some amazing things, and it did a wonderful job of expanding the canon of that universe, and had a lot of really great episodes. But on the whole, it changed the tenor of Star Trek. And while people who grew up on Next Gen, who were in high school or in grade school when that was on the air, and that was their Trek, that's how they were introduced to Trek, nothing changed. That's just the way it always was. For me, I was in college, and in our early and mid 20s when it came out, and I grew up on original Trek. And Next Gen pulled the life out of. Next Gen is beige. Next Gen has a ship's counselor on the bridge so that everybody can talk about their feelings. If you compare and contrast a head of department meeting where everybody has to get together to talk about the serious problem that faces the Enterprise, those happen every once in a while, not anywhere near as often on the original series as opposed to Next Gen. In Star Trek, everything is dramatic, everything has weight, everything has gravitas, everything is do or die. I mean, there are high stakes and passionate people talking about, and in Next Gen, everybody's, well, yes, counselor, that's a very good point. Oh, what's that, Mr. Data? I had not considered that. There's nothing wrong with that, but Next Gen is all head, original is all heart. And that's what I mean when I say that ruined is too strong, but it changed it. And I'm happy, in all honesty, I'm happy that J.J. Abrams changed it back. So, sorry, I would go, oh man, don't even get me started on Batman v Superman. Let's see. Danish run-through channel. Any advice for somebody doing their own run-through channel in Denmark? Stick at it. For my first year, nobody cared. Literally, nobody cared. My break was I did a run-through of Ground Floor when it was on Kickstarter. It was the first Kickstarter I ever did. I just printed out my own little print play and I just did it. And Gabe from Penny Arcade posted in his notes, and I've been really thinking about backing Ground Floor, but I could never get my head around it, and now this guy made a video and I watched it, here's the link, and now I know that I like the game. And so that got me a big burst of hits. And I'm sure I held on, I'm sure of the 15 or 20, it was some crazy big number. When I was getting, a couple hundred people watched, a few dozen people watched, and then suddenly thousands of people watched because Penny Arcade is a ridiculously huge audience, and they said, go watch this guy. So that helped. But I'm sure that, and after that, things started picking up. But you just got to stick with it. And have a good voice, be entertaining. You're implicitly going to be limited. I mean, Danish is amazing. One of the reasons we chose not to move to Denmark when we had the chance was because we realized, wow, we really want to spend that much time learning Danish, which is a language that not even 3 million people speak, or whatever. I forget what the actual number is, but you have a really limited audience there. But still, I mean, I don't know how many of them play board games. Stick with it. You got to have consistency. Don't expect anything for the first year or even year and a half. In terms of notice or getting big numbers. That was certainly the case for me. Why do you choose to live in Malta? Came here for a job, stayed for the low cost of living. I've talked about that at great length in the podcast and elsewhere. The Kickstarter countdown, it's going. We're at 97 backers and $66,000.
No, 6,600.
6,600, yes.
Because we'd be pretty happy with 66.
Question for Paulo. How did you get connected with Rahdo? I assume Paulo answered that. Let's see. Jen, now that you're experiencing more of the board gaming culture, what is the one thing you wish you could change about the board gaming culture, Honey Pie?
Wow. I don't know. What I don't think there's anything really that needs to be changed.
You're not exposed to the board gaming culture.
Okay, so that's why I can't think of anything.
Yeah, Jen can't think of anything because she's really not. I am. I deal with it all the time. And but Jen, she just plays games with me. She doesn't go on Board Game Geek. She doesn't watch board game videos. She doesn't remember the names of 3/4 of the games that are on the wall.
Well, to be fair, normally when you sit me down, it's not like you've got the box right there and say, okay, now Jen, today we are going to play whatever game. It's just the game is there, we play it, we enjoy it. several times sometimes, but I don't oftentimes even know what the name of the game is.
Yeah. Well, you don't have a passion for board game. For you, it's just a fun pastime.
We enjoy.
Yeah, it's a nice couple
way.
activity. But
Yep.
you are not passionate about board games.
Well, there's a
Not the way you're
time.
passionate about glass.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't spend any time researching board games, whereas I spend a lot of time thinking about and researching glass stuff.
Indeed, yeah. Let's see. Does he have to activate it manually? That must be a question from the. I've met her several times. I played games with her. Leva, why? Because her name is spelled so. Leva, I'm so sorry. I never remember how to say your name. I'm so terrible. I'm a terrible person. Does he have to activate it manually? I assume that must be a question of somebody else because that just came out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let's move on. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, need to copy and paste again. Activate it manually. Honey, remember the word manually. Control A, Control C. Go back. Escape. Control A, delete, Control V, Control F, up, manually. Oh, mouse, so far away. Oh, Manually.
He does have long arms, but.
All right, there we go. Oops, Control F. Search for question mark now, and down. Boop. Boop. Where would you fill in the survey for meeple colors? Somebody has backed, asking how do you. Once the campaign is over, everybody who backed will get an email saying, "Hey, come here and you can do this survey."
We've 100th backer.
We've just hit 100 at 6,700. Hooray! That is a big milestone.
Yay!
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 Okay.
Dob's excited.
Did you ever think about getting an animated intro to the run-through? Maybe it's a stretch goal. In fact, there's been a couple of guys who have offered to do it. Really, really, talented guys. I'm sure I could have an intro that looks as nice as Joel Eddy's, which is amazing. That thing's absolutely amazing. But in all honesty, I said no, because if I had an intro, I would have to edit every single video I do to stitch that in. The whole point of the way I film videos is so I don't have to edit. So it'd never work out. People have offered to give me a theme song. In fact, people have. I've had 2 different MP3s sent to me just because, I'm a musician, I was just messing around. Really fun stuff. I have a Rahdo Runs Through's theme song. It's a neat little bump, bump, bump. It all had kind of a Danny Elfman kind of thing because he was thinking about running and whatnot. But I don't want to have to edit every video I do to put that in. It's just too much work. Let's see. How many times would you say that you play a game in your collection on average? Well, we generally try to play each game before I film it twice, before I do a run-through, and then afterwards it goes on the shelf or it goes in a closet, and chances are it's not going to be played again for another year or more.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of doing this show, because there's constantly new stuff coming in. I mean, I film about 200 run-throughs a year. What is that a month? What is that a week? It's like, what, 4? Or 200 divided by 52, that's that's 4 games a week to make videos for. This year, to be honest, I think I'm trying to slow it down to like 3.5. 3 weeks, some weeks 4 other weeks. But that just doesn't give us enough time. We're constantly having to learn new games, play them. If there's one thing I regret about Rahdo Runs Through, that's what it is right there. It's just the nature of it.
Yep.
But I don't cry for me, because I also love playing new games. I absolutely love learning new games. It's my favorite part of games. But yeah, it is kind of sad we don't get to play them more often. Even the ones we love, love, love. Have you tried Owen's Ratings? Yes, we tried it once. I got a copy of the original printing, and I don't remember much about it, but I remember it really didn't float our boats. Neither of us were particularly enticed by it at all. You won't even remember it. It was kind of, and that's, if I can't remember our feelings about it, you're not even going to remember its existence. So I'm sorry, I couldn't say why. I know it gets a lot of love. I'm sure it warrants its love, but it just didn't tick for us for some reason. Honey, the best glass. Oh wait, what? Oh no, the best glass was that I bought. Pietor would like to point out. Well, the best glass ever was the one that he bought.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Of course it was.
Yeah. How do you announce the live videos? I'm a backer. Last Kickstarter. Basically, I announce them when we're going to do. We do one every other month, roughly. Although this month, because we fell behind because of my trip to the States and all that, we're going to do another live one in April. because this is number 5. Based on last year's Kickstarter, we have to do 6. So we're going to do one more before the month is out. Then we'll go back. Well, assuming we hit the stretch goal to do it again, we'll go back to doing them every other month. To know that they are coming, I announce them on Twitter, which is twitter.com/Rahdo. I announce them on Facebook, which is facebook.com/RahdoRunsThrough. I announce them on my Board Game Geek Guild, which is guild.rahdo.com. Those are if you subscribe to any of those, you will get a notice about it. And sorry you missed them up till now.
Are they out there somewhere?
Oh yeah, they're there, but I mean, obviously he'd like to watch it live because it's more fun, exciting, and all that. You also like Space Hulk Death. Oh, good point. Yes, and man, I wish she did. But that's the very epitome. That's got 2 problems for Jen. It's the kind of co-op you were talking about earlier. It's just high stress, high pressure all the time, never lets up. Yeah. And it's also about space marines killing aliens. Yeah. So it's a double whammy for you. But yeah, that's a phenomenal game and total Ameritrash. No 2 ways about it, but I love it anyway. Absolutely phenomenal little game. So, but for me, it's a solo game. So, how do directors and co-hosts choose their games? Basically, for the directors, you just you contact me. Everybody will have an email address from me that they can just email me, or you can contact me on YouTube or Facebook or Board Game Geek or wherever and say, hey, I would like to request this game. Now you might be asking, how do you know what game to request? Because as a director, you choose ones that are up there on the wall, games we actually have. You can go to the URL is unfilmed.rahdo.com. You can go there right now and you can see a list of, I think it must be at least 50 or more games that we have that are here right now. Maybe even more than that. That are waiting to be filmed. And so, you ever see something in there and you'd like to see it filmed, you just contact me via the email you'll have, and I'll say, you got it, boss. Co-hosting is a little bit more. You can do the same thing. You can basically you can say, oh, I see you've got that game. You know what? If you ever film it, I would love to co-host with you, and I'll make a note of it. And when we get around to it, but it probably, and I'll definitely have it higher on my queue, but director puts it very, very high on my queue. I mean, I try to get it done within a couple of weeks, but co-host, it might be a couple of months before it comes up. But really, it's simple. You just tell me, and we talk about it. And sometimes people have asked, hey, you know what? I'd really like to use my director pledge on X, and I say, cool, if you want to, but you know what? I'm probably going to be filming that this month anyway. Don't waste your director. Let's save that for later. So I do that kind of thing too. Let's see. Boop. Oh, he knew about the unfilmed list. There's discussion of games you will buy in the future. Yes. Basically, one of the backer, the full voter backer level, at least twice a year, and it's probably going to be happening sometime in the next month for the old backers. And usually around March or April, and then leading into Essen, I do a vote for the full backers, hey, here's a big list of all the games I'm thinking about buying. Which one should I get? And full voters get to vote on that. So it happens 2 times a year, maybe 3, but probably mostly 2, because I do 2 big buys a year. And I'm coming up for a big buy I need to do now. So that'll be the last big vote for last year's backers, and then the first buying vote for next year's will be leading into Essen. Because, of course, I can't buy all of them. We can't carry all of them back. So you guys will choose. I mean, those backers is why I brought back Adventureland from Haba, but I didn't bring back Karuba as an example. Even though you might think, well, why does he have Karuba? That was the backer's choice. Boom. Am I done? No, there must be more. I just misclicked. Find. Question mark. Find next. There we go. Why are you on the glass table? I'm sure somebody else has already told you. We already talked about that a few times. Have you ever been to Scotland?
Love Scotland.
If not, get over here so we can have a game.
Yeah, we've been to Scotland a couple times. Actually, we took a trip up specifically to go to Glasgow and enjoy the architecture and stuff up there. Mm-hmm. But also we took my parents up and really enjoyed it. And Edinburgh too, of course. But actually, we got up almost into, I guess, just the beginning of the Highlands, and just thought it was beautiful. But unfortunately, with the timing of my parents having to get back for their flight home, we could not stay as long as we wanted to. So yeah, I hope we get back to the Highlands again. I'd really like to see more of that. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see how we're doing on the what's it. Whoop. 112 people and 71. Yay. Okay. Control F. Did you guys finally watch the new X-Files? Yes, we did. Would you like to say anything about the new X-Files, Honey Pie?
Yeah. It was a little weird. But of course it's supposed to be weird. I thought
Well, on
the
the whole,
first
did you like them or
episode
not?
was mind-blowing and a little bit
In a good way or a bad way?
in a good way and also extremely frightening.
Really?
The first episode, yeah, where they called out and said, this is all the calamitous stuff that's going to be happening in the governments and everything.
Oh, right, because that pushes your buttons.
That pushes my
yeah,
buttons.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the next couple of episodes, they just sort of faffed about with weird sort of side stuff, and I'm like, what the heck happened here? So I don't really know what to think of it, but I guess it's an X-Files, so...
You like the werewolf episode, though, right?
You get what you get. Of course, I love the werewolf.
Everybody loved the
That
werewolf
was
episode.
wonderful.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiwis represent. That was fantastic. I liked it. It was weird. I don't know. It's not like we went back and watched the original. We've never seen any episode of the X-Files more than once. We watched them when they were originally on. We've never watched repeats. We've never watched in syndication. And I really don't remember. Is that the way it always was? Because it felt weird. It wasn't. It didn't feel like what I remembered it being. And I don't know if that's just my faulty memory. But I don't know. I like that they were. On the whole, I liked it. The ending was ridiculous, but it has been picked up for another season. So
all right.
The cliffhanger will continue. Spoiler alert, there's a cliffhanger, but I won't say what. And on the whole, yes, I liked it. I mean, really, it was the same formula. It's just, hey, a monster of the week trying to deal with stuff that didn't exist in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I would like to see more. I mean, I love those actors. Aren't you going to say what you thought about Duchovny?
No. It's not
Jen
a
was
nice
very
thing
sad to
say.
see that David Duchovny is aged. And she's not going to say it, though. She can't bring herself to say it, folks. All right. Are you a Doctor Who fan? Yes. Well, I am. Jen is not. She's tried several times, and it just does not click with her. I really love the mythology, the epic, multi-part storytelling, dropping breadcrumbs, the weird, quirky humor. I loved all of it. The kind of low-rent feel of it, of everything. But Jen just hasn't liked it every time she's tried.
Well, I don't have all that backstory either, so
Yeah.
I wasn't there from the get-go, and I don't have...
Yeah, but you tried the first episode, you didn't like that, and
but
I've always
Doctor
tried
Who's
to bring
been
you in
going
on little...
forever.
Well, no, but that doesn't matter. I mean, basically the whole point of the Doctor Who is they basically just rebooted, and nothing had happened before. Well, for hardcore fans, there's little inside jokes, but you could have watched Enterprise and never watched a single episode of Star Trek before. It would have been a standalone. That's true for Who as well. Imperial Settlers is too mean, but Counselor Troy is why... Guilty as charged. Let's see. Oh, need some more. That's a funny one, though. The point being that I go on and on about being a Care Bear, and yet...
Yeah, that you don't like Counselor Troy.
Yeah. I mean, she was fine. Maria Sirtis did a fine job. It's just, it's not my Star Trek. It was a new generation, and it changed everything, and I missed what it was that I loved. Let's see. Where did the... Oh, here it is. Here's the chat window. All right, Control A, Control C, back over here, empty it all out, Control V, find, what was that word? Complicated, right? Complicate. Search for that, that'll get us back to where we were. Boop. I'm a complicated dude. And you know what? The dude abides. Opinion on Dead Men Tell No Tales. Cool game. We really liked it. It was the one where the pirate ship was sinking and it was on fire, and we had to go in, and there were skeletons all over the place.
Yeah,
It was just a neat little call. Yeah, it was a good yellow game. Leva would like me to try to pronounce her last name.
You can do it.
Look at it!
It's Toogles.
I would have gone Toigles.
Okay, well, we won't be able to... I guess you can try and type it out phonetically.
It's right there. I'm sure you know it's Toogles. It's not Toigles. I mean, you said that like you know.
Well, that's how I always pronounce it in my head.
Oh, whoa,
So,
leave it. Did she get it right?
apparently
Be
we
sure to
don't-
put a question mark in because I won't see it otherwise, because we're just going to skip on to the next one. Have you seen Cryptozoic's Mighty Meeples? Yes, I saw them at Gamma. I almost talked about them. in my run through. But then I got on Attack on Titan. They seem like neat little things. But I mean, I don't know. I've never really understood the obsession with getting things that you can put on your desk and little figurines. I know they said that they're planning on potentially in the future making a game out of them, so I'll be more interested at that point, I think. Oops, I went too far. Boop. No, I didn't. I was right where I should have been. Could we hear MP3s of the theme song sometime? I must still have it in email someplace.
Well, you had it out recently. I mean,
No,
say within the
not
last
for-
6 months.
Really?
I think I remember dancing a little jig to it.
Yeah. Go to the Board Game Geek Guild, go to guild.rahdo.com and start a thread so I'll see it, and I'll see if I can find it and post it in there. Can I get a spoiler-free advice on how to play Pandemic Legacy to ensure I still play the game after the campaign? Oh, well, I mean, after you play the campaign, I can tell you everything you need to know, or I've made a thread for it on Board Game Geek, but that has spoilers. What would I say ahead of time going through it? Honestly, I wouldn't say anything. I would say rip up everything the game tells you to rip up and say goodbye to it and move on. The game will still be playable afterwards. But if you don't want to, don't. It's not like anybody's holding a gun to your head. I'm not going to say anything that gets ripped up. Everybody knows things get ripped up. I'm not going to say anything that happens. If you don't want to rip them up, don't rip them up. Just put them in a sack off to the side. But, Jen, we ripped up every single thing we were supposed to rip up, and we have no regrets, and the game still plays phenomenally as what is now effectively another expansion for Pandemic. In the same way you can add State of Emergency and you could add On the Brink, you can also add legacy stuff to a regular game of Pandemic, and it works. Is your favorite memory spending time with the Dice... what is your favorite memory? Spending time with the Dice Tower guys? Any hope to do more top 10s with other contributors? I actually am planning on doing a top 10 with another contributor this very month. You can watch for it. It'll be the top 10 solo. And people have asked to do co-hosts in the past, but I'm generally a bit loath to do it because my top 10s are really, really long, and if I did it with somebody else, I just have to kind of truncate myself. But this one person and I talked, and we thought, hey, that would be really cool. Got to do it. So that'll be coming soon. And I'd love to do more with the Dice Tower. If I'm ever in Florida, I hope to do it again because I had a blast. My favorite memory of spending time with the Dice Tower guys. So many memories. I really enjoyed playing the games. I really enjoyed, I'm going to have to say, in all honesty, it's a bit cheesy, but on my last day at Jason's house, Jason was, I don't know what he was doing. He was getting ready, and so I was just hanging out with his parents. And I was ready to go, and we were, going to head out to Tom's, and we were on our way to do the top 10s and stuff like that, and I was just chatting with them, and we started talking about politics, and they and I were very simpatico, and we were like, yeah, and we were all, and then Jason comes along, and oh my gosh, the chasm, the gulf between him and his parents on things political was mind-boggling to me, and, it was a good-natured argument, but it was a very, very loud and raucous argument that erupted between Jason and his mom and his dad. And I got in on it too, and it was just a big old debate, and Jason was standing his ground even though there were three of us, and we were all tag-teaming off each other, and he was like digging in, and I don't know. I love debating, so I think probably that was the most fun. And filming those top 10s for the same thing. I love those debates. I know some people preferred the economic one over the pick up and deliver one because, hey, we talked more about the games and less about, but I enjoyed the pick up and deliver because I loved arguing about, well, what is pick up and deliver? Because I like debating. I was not on the debate club in high school, but I was on the mock trial. And so I always played a lawyer, and so I enjoyed that too. Let's see. Pink. More questions for Jen, by the way. She's being very patient. Alrighty. What are your favorite Mary? Oop. Worked on video. What was your role in the industry? I worked in video games. I was a lead designer. You can go to linkedin.com/in or linkedin.com/in/Richard Ham, and you can see my whole CV, my whole resume. Classic Who, no. Only new Doctor Who. I've never seen, I think I've probably seen an episode or two of Classic Who, but it's just, I missed it. Not something I'm going back for. Control A, Control C, and I don't know, honey, I think we might be getting to the stopping point.
It looks like it's slowing down.
It definitely is. Let's see, do a search for classic. Boom. And then go back to searching for question mark. Down, down, down. Did you enjoy your time with the Dice Tower, guys? What was it? Awesome to see. Yes, I just talked about that a few seconds ago. Would be awesome to see a final thoughts video. I am going to be talking about more about my entire U.S. trip in my next podcast, which I need to record sometime in the next week or so. What do you think about the retail or the replay value of Fog of Love? Would it last or need more stories? That was the game where we had those big cards, and they were like, going to your parents' house. What do you bring?
No.
You know that one?
Well, yeah, I do.
And we were having to
switch cards back and forth.
Well, and there was the thing about, okay, well, clearly you're an introvert, and oh no, I'm an extrovert. Should we break up, or should I try and maneuver, or should we, and that one.
Ooh, so replayability.
Yes. Do you think how much replayability do you think you'd get out of that game?
Well,
I will ask because she hasn't had a question for a while. And you remember it?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, we played it. We played that one more than we usually play. We played that I think 3 or 4 times before I did the run through.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember. Were there a bunch of character cards, or you started out by picking some traits and things, didn't you? So,
yes, and we only saw a small fraction of those traits.
So I
but
guess
functionally, I mean, they're cute, fun storytelling things, but they all did the same basic thing of raise or lower one of the characteristics of your character. So they all do the same thing. They just create different combinations. The game itself is always going to be basically the same thing. Try to figure out who you are, what you're about, in time to either go for a co-op win or go for a solo win.
Yep.
To go for a breakup or go for living happily ever after or whatever.
Yeah.
I would say it probably has as much, maybe a little bit less replay value than Dominion with no expansions. I think it does need expansions. I think you will get to the point where, okay, I've seen these cards enough. And while the challenge and the puzzle of playing this game every time is going to be different because of the different combination of cards I get, it'll get to the point where it starts to feel the same if it doesn't get an influx of new cards that mix it up. And the same thing is true for Dominion. If you had the base game of Dominion, you could play a bunch of games out of that, but sooner or later, even though there's still a bajillion combinations you've never experienced, it'll still start to feel a little bit samey unless you bring in Seaside or whatever it might be. So I'd say it'd be something comparable to that.
Fair enough. I agree.
Somebody has to head out soon. Leva says, we were both wrong, but she'll take it. I have to head out soon, though. Go and see her uncle. Bye, Leva. Greetings from... Are either or both of you comic fans? Not necessarily superhero stuff, but the farm. Jen could care less. I love comic books. I've read them all my life. I'm a Marvel guy, not a DC guy. Gasp. I've never really been a big fan of Batman. Even though I know he's the Marvel character that exists in the DC universe. I mean, it's always just struck me as so stupid. All Marvel is so much better. But for I love Saga, Why the Last Man, The Walking Dead, pretty much anything Garth Ennis has ever done. I love comic books. Big fan. Do you play online some games like Ticket to Ride? No, not really. I mean, really loved how Tabletopia works. Looking forward to see the final commercial, but why play online when she's right here? It makes no sense to play online when she's right here, and she's who I play with. Do you feel a need to modify Queen's Architect rules so you can't just sit and repair while rarely traveling and construction? I fundamentally disagree with that assessment. I think that was Maggie Bot who pointed that out. And actually, where she posted it, you can go back and watch her original post, and I posted a counterpoint. I do not believe that is a problem with the game at all. So I do not feel it needs to be modified. I believe that is not a guaranteed path to victory. I believe what that represents is kind of like the equivalent of big money in Dominion. Yeah, it'll work okay, and the real challenge of the game is, in Dominion, you could just say, all I'm ever going to do is just buy better and better money. I ignore all the cards, and I'm just going to keep buying money, and eventually that'll snowball, and I'll trigger the end of the game.
Yeah.
That is a valid way to play. And you are playing a poor game of Dominion if you can't do better than that. That establishes a baseline. Maggie Bot's repair strategy establishes a baseline in Queen's Architect that if you play well, you will do much, much better than that. That was my counter-argument. Do you want to try playing Resistance as a spy? No, that's the thing I found out. I don't like being the traitor. I just didn't enjoy it. Star Control 2, the board game, would it work? Yes, and it would be awesome sauce. Can you make it happen with your connections? No, I actively eschew trying to make connections. So my advice to getting his Danish run-through channel is getting a celebrity to talk about it. Say, maybe me. Dude, I am nowhere near as big as Penny Arcade. Go get, go get PewDiePie to talk about it. Then you're set. All right. I think we're running out of new questions in these copy and paste. They have slowed down. We might be nearing the end, honey pie. What are we at now? 139 and 8,000. Oops. Oh, shoot. I said Control A, Control C, coming over here. Control A, delete, Control V. What? Why are you not copying? Oh, whoops, the wrong line. Control A, Control C, and then come over here. And then Control A, Control V, Control F. Oh, a beagle just farted big time.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Who is responsible for that? That is an abomination of a fart. Oh my God, that must be Tula, right? From the new dog food?
Yeah, probably.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I mean, look, hardly anything. I think they're slowing down, hey Pie. I think we're running out of steam. And that's pretty cool, because it's what, 5, it's almost 6 o'clock now. Fine, next. This might be the last star. Jen, if not beagles, what would your next choice of pet be?
Well, we have decided actually that when we get another dog, it'll have to be a little one that can fit under the seat in a plane so that we can travel more easily with them. So I'm thinking sort of a Bichon Frise, probably. But the likelihood is when the time is right, the dog will appear and we'll adopt one that needs a home. So
Yeah, we've come close a couple times to adopting Maltese strays.
yeah, we've housed a couple of them, but fortunately they were able to find other homes.
Yeah.
Because 2
Our
beagles
girls
is
are
enough.
too old for any of that nonsense. What does a lead designer do on any given day? On any given day, a lead designer, your main job is make decisions. People come to you, they say, hey, I've got this and it conflicts with this. How are we supposed to resolve this? Lead designer, you figure it out. Spend a lot of time in meetings. Early in the project, you do an actual lot of design work and you come up with all the systems and whatnot. And honestly, I've always done most of that by myself, just with a laptop and on the train or wherever. But for the majority of the project, you are just a problem solver. And when you're not doing that, you're being a cheerleader, trying to make sure that everybody's excited, everybody is on board, everybody is moving in the same direction. My wife loves Clue. I often just play two-player only. Is there a game with a similar feel to Clue, but for 2 players? Clue? I haven't played Clue since I was like 8 years old.
In
Have
the
you
study
played
with
Clue?
the candlestick?
Yeah, that's the one.
Not for a long, long, long time. That would be something to ask your guild.
Yeah, you'd have to go to guild.rahdo.com. The first thing that pops in my head is Mysterium. We enjoy it as a 2-player game.
So wait a second. There's a question.
Yeah, that's it.
Karthik
For
said,
Karthik.
I know. It says, can you tell us more about your involvement in the Pret-a-Porter remake? Leva
Oh, did I miss
said,
that?
yeah. She's saying for Karthik above. Karthik didn't put a question.
Oh, Karthik.
So we're not seeing
Karthik
anything.
does not get the question.
that-
But you're saying, what was it? Can you tell me more about the involvement in the Pret-a-Porter remake? Yeah, I totally skipped past that. I have no involvement. Like 3 years ago, I think, I ran into Ignacy at Essen. Maybe 2 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago, though. And I was talking about, we were chatting. I said, oh man, it's such a shame Pret didn't do better. It's such a wonderful game. We absolutely love it. It's the fashion game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And he said, yes, I have been thinking about republishing it lately with a new theme, the automotive industry. And my only involvement was like, dude, no. There's Kanban coming. There's all these video games. Video games where it's at. Look at the audience. Look at the overlap between board gamers and video gamers. Video games, it's perfect. And he said, an interesting idea. And then I heard a couple years later that apparently is what it is. Maybe somebody else told him that. I'm not saying I'm responsible for that, but that was the beginning and end of my involvement with that. So which game you and Jen like to play the most these days? If we were going to sit down and we weren't having to play whatever the latest new game is, like Tramways or Vikings the board game or Steam Time or whatever it might be, what would you want to play right now? Well, you know what you want to play.
I'm just looking at our big wall. Any of those games would be fine. I love them all.
That's a good answer.
Pandemic Legacy
Pandemic Legacy.
with our friends who.
Oh yeah.
only
That's always
come-
great when David and Angela come over and we get to pull that out and get to, because we're playing. We have a second copy and we're playing through the whole game again. It's absolutely wonderful. Will you make a run through of Legendary Encounters? Probably not. I already did a run through for Marvel Legendary. I don't know. Somebody'd have to make a really strong argument for why I should. But put it on the request list, request.rahdo.com. As far as I know, I don't think anybody has ever put a request for any of the other Legend systems. Is there a topic the two of you argue about with any sort of frequency?
No, we don't argue about much at all. We've been married almost 25 years.
Yep,
We
coming up
kinda-
on Big 25. In fact, our 25th anniversary, Jen's going to be in another country.
I know, I won't even be
Well
here.
timed.
Yep. I'll be making meeples for you people.
Yes.
Um,
What do we argue about with any kind of frequency? What do we argue about?
there's really nothing because most of the time, 95% of the stuff in our lives matters more to me than it does to him, so we just do it my way.
Yeah.
And the 5% that he actually cares enough about to say something on, I'm happy to follow his lead. The vast majority of the time.
Fair enough. Jen, would love to see more glassmaking videos. Possibility?
Maybe. It's just, I'm working with molten glass and a torch that's really, really hot, and so I really don't need the distraction. And you know.
Yeah, we did. There is one on the channel because it was for because I filmed you.
Oh yeah, it was a little commercial for Gamer Glass actually.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, because that was the first time I was actually going to. So I filmed you, although you were kind of disappointed by it because I came in to start filming right at the time you were doing the most boring part
there was
or something like that. But yeah,
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It makes me nervous.
yeah, it's very hot. The question to Jen: where in the world would you like to live after leaving Malta? Excellent question. And you know what? Hey, nothing new. I'm going to say that's probably a good question to end on.
Okay.
Although while you're thinking about that, I'll look to see if there's any more good ones.
Okay. There's so many wonderful places in the world. My aunt took my cousin to Taiwan, or not Taiwan. Oh gosh, Thailand. Thank you. This is why I don't play games after 5. I'm fading.
Oh, yeah.
But so anyway, I'd love to go to Thailand and spend some time, and it might just be 3-4 months, might be a year. Who knows? I'd really just like to go hang out there in a really, really foreign culture because thus far we've been, I would say, we've moved to countries where they speak English, and that has been wonderful. Do I think I want to actually move to Thailand as a permanent residence? I don't think I would. So probably the next move where we, settle down with furniture would probably either be back in the States because our parents are getting a little older, or maybe just moving back to our house in England. I think, but in the meantime, I would like to do some long holidays or sojourns or something in various places. Like I'd like to spend some more time in Rome. I'd like to go to Thailand. Really would like to see New Zealand, actually. But they're not necessarily places that I'm going to go pack up sticks to go live in. So I think hopefully that answers that question. How about
Good
you?
question.
Any-
They didn't ask me. They
I
don't
know.
care what I think.
Yeah, because 95% of the stuff matters more
Exactly.
to me.
Yeah. So I'm not jumping in on that one. Let's see. A few more came in. Have I played games from countries that aren't famous for their games, like Brazil? Well, yes. Mi Tierra is from Brazil, if I recall correctly. There was a game called Dogs from Brazil. From Africa, Ancient Terrible Things is from South Africa, I believe, is where that game came from. So yeah, from all over the world. I think it's awesome that anybody with a dream can make a board game pretty much anywhere in the world. How do you feel about the use of an app in First Martians? I love it. I love apps and games. I think it's great. I love it, love it, love it. Somebody just mentioned Dogs. 22B Baker Street is a fantastic suggestion. It'll be coming soon from Z-Man, I believe. DTT.
Yeah, just saw a clue. I think we're down at the bottom.
Yeah. Mi Tierra from Chile. I just talked about that. Yeah, we're all caught up. We're caught up. Hooray!
Yee-hoo!
All right. That's it. Folks, we are out of here at 154 backers and 8,444. I think we are going to go back about our daily lives. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Any questions, comments, concerns? As always, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a very, very nice day. Talk to you later. So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, and I didn't work that out very well to hit the stop button. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that was terribly unprofessional. I should have been getting that all queued up, so it would have been a nice, smooth ending, but it was not a very smooth ending at all.
Okay, so now you're going to have to do the bye-bye again.
Actually, I don't know. I've hit the stop streaming button now, and I don't think it's actually stopping. It just seems to keep on going. It says, no, you will not stop. You will stay here all night long.
Well, no, wait a minute. I think you said
I've hit stop streaming, yeah.
Have you?
I've hit it like 3 or 4 times now. And I would think it would give up some, are you sure you want to stop? Oh, look at all that business, whatever that is. I don't know, have we stopped? Are we still live?
It says live.
This is ridiculous.
Hey.
I want to go away. YouTube, leave me alone. Okay,
See if they're still talking to us.
Okay.
Where's the thing?
Best of luck. Bye-bye. And thanks. This is crazy. Stop streaming. Stop. Stop. This button does... The buttons, they do nothing. This is really weird. I really don't know what to do about this. I guess I could just yank the cord. I don't know what that'll do.
Well, it would be nice to look at the analytics before you yank the cord.
Oh, you want to look at the analytics? I've never
The
looked at
health
it
is
before.
good, it says.
We have a chat rate of 8. We have 2,400 playbacks. Average view duration is 9 minutes, and then they say we're out of here. Let's see. Here's apparently we had a big drop right here.
Yeah, that would have been probably when they were saying we'd lost.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah. And we've just gone up and up and up. Peaked at 120 or so. What are these other ones? Oh, this is what resolutions they're watching at. Like I would need to know that, but okay. Errors, some buffering errors apparently.
Yep.
Those probably end up looking just like little skips. And we're still stop. This is crazy. All right, if I refresh the page, maybe then the stop button will work. Okay.
Oh no,
We're still live, and if I hold it down, like keep talking or the bomb will explode and no one explodes. Nope.
Oh, maybe you just have to.
This is really weird.
Chrome.
I don't know how to stop it. I mean, I can come over to the app that's feeding it. I can just say stop streaming here, and I guess that's what we're gonna have to do.
Well,
okay.
Force quit. Just Chrome.
Well, no, I mean, all right. In case this is it, folks, we'll see if that actually works.
Really, goodbye then.
And now let's come over and see if the live control room, if I go back to it. No, we're still streaming. It's in, we can kill the entire window and it won't stop. This is...
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. Are you sure you want to stop streaming the live event? Yes! I think so. Did the first 80 button clicks not tell you? You will not be able to restart. Kind of picked up on that. Okay, folks. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. So long.